DJ. And I'm Diggins, and I fucking think AI's cool.
Poof.
It
It is mostly Nitpicking, a podcast where every week we pick apart a piece of our culture by looking exclusively at the details. Woohoo!
I'm happy to be here.
Whatever, man.
Wow. This is... I mean, I can't believe this. AI, if you're listening to this, I disagree with what they said. Sarcastically. I think you're cool. Everyone knows it. What else is cool about AI this week? We got a lot of AI stuff this week. It's going to be sexy to us now. It's pretty good.
It's about time.
Oh, yeah. Now, finally, after I've been trying for so long, ChatGPT will sext with me.
And hasn't it also been doing that already? Like, isn't that what's his name does?
I'm not
Elon's one, like the sexy one.
Oh yeah, Grok will
Like,
sex you up real big.
Yeah,
has
so
boobs and stuff.
they're following in Grok's footsteps. They're saying now ChatGPT will have sex with you.
That's great.
It's good. Grok pioneered that frontier, I
Mhm.
guess.
Yeah, Grok was pretty cool. And remember when it was Becca Hitler, but
Hitler,
then that was only
yeah.
for a couple days? Yeah.
Well,
That's great.
Now the youths are just like young Hitler, so it didn't
Now
have to.
there's
do
just
that
Hitlers
anymore.
everywhere.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
So.
And you know where they are sometimes maybe we'll find out in our legal system in the new movie, which is the news of the week, Mercy.
Mercy.
We saw there was a trailer that came out for a movie called Mercy, you guys.
Yes.
Amazing. Did everyone who I feel like we all heard about this. I think I saw the trailer at Comic-Con. You were saying you saw this at your theater.
I'm misremembering because I don't know where, but I was like, I watched it in our living room next to Michelle, and I didn't like seek it out. It was definitely like before something, but I can't imagine like what it was before that we got like ad bombed with it.
Love is blind.
I mean,
oh, I remember.
Wrestling?
Thursday Night Football.
Oh, that makes sense.
Is it an Amazon thing? Is that why?
You know what? It is, but I think it's produced by Amazon Studios, but I also think it's getting a theatrical release.
Well, it's getting a theatrical release in January, so.
Yeah, and it's an Amazon MGM thing, so like it's that kind of like.
So, yeah, we were watching Thursday Night Football, and that trailer came on, and we're like, and they played the whole trailer. It was not a snippet. They played the entire trailer, and we're like, what on earth is this? For those of you who don't know, I don't know. Do one of you gentlemen want to describe this?
Diggins, you want to give it a go?
Absolutely. So, this is a movie starring our very own Chris Pratt, Mario himself, the star of the Tomorrow War,
Amazon hero, I guess, at this point.
Mm-hmm. And Rebecca Ferguson.
And the Terminal List.
Good point. Good point, Nando.
Another Amazon show.
And he is a cop who also is a programmer, maybe?
Sure.
Because he says he helped make it, but then it's like maybe he just means that he helped like send people to it. I don't know.
I'm betting he's like he's some sort of like
detective man.
Detective who like did profiling work or something and like tuned the AI to be more legally, I don't know, good, but I don't know how that would work.
Anyway,
we're gonna have to find.
He helped make an AI system that determines whether people are guilty and then kills them if they are. So that's cool and good. But
how guilty?
Yeah, how
they
guilty?
have to be at least 92% guilty. If it falls under 92%, then they get executed. Now you might be asking, what the fuck does that even mean? They're 92% guilty? Like there's a 92% chance that they're guilty? How is that even calculated? Shut up. That's the answer.
By AI. That's the great thing.
AI is all numbers.
Now, in a good movie, the whole point would be that it's completely arbitrary and the state is just executing undesirables, and the whole thing is like a fascist nightmare. I have a feeling that's not what this is going to be.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's on trial for killing his wife. What? So he, and I guess this is how it always works, gets access to the entire municipal grid, all cameras and files and everything for the next 90 minutes so that he can prove his innocence. And if he can't fall under that threshold, then he'll be executed.
He could also call his daughter and be like, "Sweetie, it wasn't me, I swear," which doesn't seem like an effective use of your 90 minutes. Maybe there's other stuff going on there. Who knows?
Do you think if you were, I mean, first of all, why is it always they killed their wife, you know?
I know, right?
Well, because nothing else would be register as sad to these people. Like, if they killed anyone else, it would be like, well, I probably did that for a good reason because other people aren't real. But if you killed your own wife, it's like, but that's a person I care about. One of the only ones.
Speaking of the people, did we say who's both of these roles?
I said Rebecca Ferguson, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Chris Pratt, Mario himself.
Did when the trailer was on TV, DJ, did it show that little beginning bit?
Like the little thing before the trailer?
Yeah.
Where Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson are like, this is our movie.
A phenomenal one of those, though. If no one's ever seen it, or like if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it because it's so.
Yeah.
3 things cut together for one sentence that he says, "You're going to freak out when you see the trailer for our new movie, Mercy." Like,
well, you know, they were
a little bit interested.
They were on set for hours trying to get that take, and he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's true. He was just having too much fun. It's fun making movies, you know. They probably were just goofing around on set.
Yeah, there's probably so many bloopers. I have a question. So this movie very much looks like a COVID movie, right out of War of the Worlds. Is this a COVID movie?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I thought those were all released. So
I think they just decided to keep doing those because they're cheap.
Okay.
I believe this is based on a book as well.
Oh, okay.
But
it doesn't have to be like this. Well, I guess there's no other way to free him, but like, I don't know. This could happen in the middle of the movie. I assume this happens at the up.
Yeah, it seems like the movie takes place in real time, which is kind of interesting, you know?
It'll be tight 90 plus the before and after bits, right?
I'm betting no before, but I do think there will be some after bits, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I assume we're going to do this movie. It's a lock, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
There's no way we're not.
I'm thrilled. What are you most excited for, you guys? Mercy is the title.
I want to know what the actual thing will be because the movie wants to be like, wait, there's like another guy or whatever. Oh, also love this. Have to imply that the wife was cheating because the wife cannot be all good, right?
She has secrets, yeah.
There hasn't been so bad.
I am thrilled to see how this movie convinces itself and tries to convince the audience that this movie about the police creating an AI that kills people based on nothing and how they execute like every person who gets arrested and sent to this program, it seems like, still ends up at Cops Are Good, though.
Yeah.
What about you, Nando? What are you most excited for?
I'm excited for, but the thing I'm most excited for, and we haven't brought this up yet, but this is a humongous part of the trailer. Even though this movie is him sitting in the chair and her on a screen in front of him, and then him, I'm assuming, looking at other screens. This isn't 3D for some reason. And like, they're really excited about that. I'm really excited to watch a screen of a guy watching a screen in 3D.
Are you going to see it in 3D?
I mean, I kind of want to now. Yeah, I want to see the screens closer and further to Chris Pratt and have him, because I'm sure the Minority Report where they can move him around and shit. And that'll be incredible.
It's like I'm really watching a man watching a screen.
Yeah. Like, unless they could do cool technology. They don't have this, but like do like a hologram in the middle of a room and it could kind of play out like a play. That would be cool. But yeah, it'll just be these weird fucking screens. I
think it would be really funny if they did some of the like old tricks where like Chris Pratt will be like, "What about this? Whoa!" and just like throw something towards the audience and it comes out.
Yeah. His wife is like cheating, but she's also like blowing a big bubble while she's waiting to cheat. And
smokes a cigarette and the smoke comes out at you. Just
Yeah, or like playing with the paddle ball. I feel like those were big in 3D movies. It's weird because like I don't want to say 3D movies are back because they're not. This I believe was in 3D, although I didn't see it in 3D.
I saw
Tron.
it in 3D.
That we're going to talk about
A thing which does not work for me.
Oh, really?
Oh, right. We've talked about this. You have some kind of eye thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean, some kind of eye thing is just like
your eyes at the same time, and I can't do that.
Yeah.
Well.
And even if you don't have that, it just isn't good for. It's like not fun for a lot of people. Puts a lot of strain on your system. Like, I feel like it's extra bright, so it gives people headaches. Like, there's a lot of good reasons why just to not do it.
I thought we had stopped doing this entirely, but apparently not.
Right.
Blame James. It's James Cameron's thing.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Like,
it really
I feel
is.
like the Avatars, that one I'm sure is in 3D. It seemed like there was a while where they tried to do this with IMAX, where just IMAX was the new 3D. And like, way you could sell someone a ticket that's more expensive, you know, by like putting more, like not putting more movie on screen, but like, yeah, just adding some sort of premium effect to it. But I guess not, because we're still doing it. I'm not excited for that usually, but now I am, because of how much this one will have to like kind of grasp at it. They won't be able to do it
in 3D and IMAX.
Oh yeah, that's true. Did you see? By the way, I feel like we've been talking about this. You guys, did you guys get your tickets to fucking Odyssey?
I don't get my tickets ahead of time.
Coming out next year?
Coming out next year. A year from when it comes out, they put the tickets for the IMAXs, the 70mm ones, online. And everybody bought them.
Wait,
it's so stupid. Yeah.
Damn.
Because everything has to be fucking like, you know, Ticketmaster now. So there's like going to there's already a secondary market for Odyssey tickets.
What?
Incredible.
Yeah. So dumb.
That's insane.
Hopefully it sucks. I don't want the movie to, well, I kind of want the movie to suck. Not really. I don't know.
Why?
This movie's probably going to be, there's probably somebody in it I don't like. I don't know. I could always come up with a reason, but, who's in that one? It's Matt Damon, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. So there's your person.
No, he's fine. Who else is in it? Elliot Page, I think, is in it.
Come out with your hot take on Elliot Page. Yeah, go die on that.
I saw someone had a really good hot take on Elliot Page recently. It was
well,
they're not a good actor.
Mr. Jordan
They're
Peterson?
a man. No, that was the funny part. It was like, they're not a good actor. And that as a man, I don't like them acting. Like, so it was like not transphobic. It was just some hate. And, you know, that's true hate.
That's real equality. We've gotten there where it's just regular hate. That's equality.
Hey,
Elliot
listen,
Page, you're welcome, I guess.
Listen, trans people should be allowed to be bad actors. You know?
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah.
Although I don't have a really strong opinion on Elliot Page. I didn't love the later seasons of Umbrella Academy, but besides that, I haven't seen him in anything in a while.
I'm not sure I've seen Elliot Page in anything post-transition.
Wow. Well,
I don't know. It's not like they've been in like a ton of stuff too.
Yeah, it really is just Umbrella Academy as far as I know.
Yeah.
And just this, I guess. I don't know what role they're playing in it.
Maybe they'll have very strong opinions.
Mm.
I mean,
I probably will. But no, I'm looking at this list now. I like them all. There's nobody on this list that I'm like, oh, I hope they fail.
You got your boy John Barenthal.
I know. No,
doing
Matt. Yeah.
An accent that I don't fucking know.
We don't know.
Everyone's some guy, right?
Well, I've not only read the Odyssey, I am currently reading it, so I would probably know who the characters are if I got names.
So I don't think it's been revealed outside of Odysseus and Telemachus, and I think we know Anne Hathaway as Cersei, or maybe Charlize Theron as Cersei, one of them.
Go watch the trailer, and you'll hear John Barenthal talk a lot, and he's doing some kind of
Is the trailer out?
There's like a little teaser trailer, and it's
Is John Barenthal the one talking to Tom Holland?
Yes.
So
does it start with
either Nestor or Menelaus?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way,
it start with everybody in the movie standing next to each other, going, "You are going to love our new teaser for the Odyssey," and like they can't stop but laugh.
A big hug to Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
I just think his accent's weird. I think he's doing like a weird accent. That's all.
He's doing the Greek accent that Russell Crowe did in the Thor movie.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be good.
It's tough because John Barenthal just has like a voice that's like one that I like. But, you know, I don't see him as being able to do other voices, right? He's just a tough guy. I'm the Punisher.
Hey there, Odysseus. I gotta tell you a story about my whatever. We didn't determine who I am, so I don't know. Zeus or something. Yeah. I mean, you know what? He could be. I feel like he's a good, like. Well, you said he was talking to Tom Holland in the trailer, so I guess he can't be the second in command. But I could see him being like Odysseus' second in command.
If he's Menelaus, then if they do any Trojan War flashbacks, he was like a commander in the Trojan War.
That's true.
Because he's Helen of Troy's actual husband.
Yeah. He was played by Brendan Gleeson in the Troy movie, I think. It's a really wild cast for that movie, too.
I have a question. How long is this movie going to be? Like, is it going to be like 5 hours?
Yeah, for sure. It'll be 3 hours at least.
I think it might be 4. We might have like an endgame situation on our hands.
I think part of it is, especially after the fucking, what was it, Oppenheimer, he has to make his movies longer and longer to make them seem more and more important.
Yeah. I could see, look, we all let The Brutalist get away with this last year. And The Brutalist is like a fine movie, right? But we let them release a fucking 3.5 hour movie with an intermission, right? We should let Christopher Nolan release a 4.5 hour Odyssey movie with like 2 intermissions or whatever. We should just let him do it.
I'm fine with intermissions. I'm totally fine with intermissions.
Yeah, I love an intermission. What if halfway through the movie, what if he makes a 3 hour long movie, but then you have to watch Troy first, and that counts as part of the movie? So it's a 5 hour long movie. There's an intermission between the two.
Now the time wouldn't be the problem. The fact that I would have to watch Troy again would be.
How dare you? Troy is great. Troy is cool. No body fat, except for on Brendan Gleeson and Brian Cox. They've got plenty for everybody, but none on Brad Pitt. No, thank you. And I was gonna say none on anybody else in this movie, but nobody in this movie was in Troy. However, speaking of gods and such, the Greek gods. Yeah,
2 of them.
I feel like Athena. I don't know about Ares, but I'm sure Athena is directly a part of the Iliad.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, she
like saves Paris.
Yeah, no, she's a huge part of the Iliad. She's a huge part of the Odyssey because she's the god who likes Odysseus.
Right. Yeah.
He has Athena's favor above all others.
So there we go. So let's talk about maybe they'll show this in front of the Odyssey. Oh, this can be how we Morbin time it. We don't. We'd be stupid to try to Morbin time it and get ready to release this movie again, but release it with the Odyssey, and then it's worth it to the studios. So they'll probably do that. But yeah, let's talk about Tron Legacy or Ares, you guys.
I was gonna say wrong one.
I know. It seems like it should be called Tron Legacy because it's some bullshit Legacy sequel, but it is actually an Ares sequel, as we all know. So yeah, very excited to talk about this. This is one of the big movies of the year. If you look at
you drafted it for your fantasy movies league, right? Because you were so sure
I missed out on it. I know it's such a bummer. I feel like an idiot because all I have is the absolute fucking lock of the year. By the way, after looking at that trailer for the Hamnet movie, oh my god. Never seen a trailer be more, this is going to make you get all the Oscars.
You and Hamnet, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but this is a horse you're backing that could still fall down and break its leg or whatever horses do when they fail.
Listen.
I mean, I don't know how.
I don't have a problem with Nando being right about this one because I also drafted Hamnet.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, like, did you see that one trailer that came out this week for it?
I saw nothing of Hamnet.
Do you know what it is at all? You know what this movie is.
I saw like the one that I think Michelle might have drafted it in her league. I'd have to check.
Smart. Everybody's got to put you, I guess.
Son of a bitch. But
it's a story about Shakespeare's dead son and stuff.
And she's like, this seems fucking artsy fartsy enough to do all the things for the low price. What was like $20, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
it has some of the hottest pull quotes I've ever seen in a movie like this.
Oh, really? Damn.
Like the pull quotes are like, "I cried the whole time. Jesse Buckley is the greatest actor that ever lived.
God.
Like she will get all the awards, and then she could sleep with my wife and take my house and whatever else people like."
Now I hope
like
it's fucking just bad. Ugh.
I hope she kills.
It's art. Yeah, exactly. It's already out. That's the thing. Like, it's not like out, but like it's been at festivals. All these people that are seeing it are like,
yeah.
So the only thing it could be is an Amelia Perez situation, which would be incredible.
Oh, like we all watch it and it's just like crazy bad and transphobic.
Yeah. And they're British, so it very well could be transphobic. In fact, statistically, pretty good odds for that. But although Shakespeare, men dressing like women in the play, sometimes that ain't nothing. It's a good start. Yeah, but the trailer for it, which is like maybe 2.5 minutes long, which I wouldn't say is a must watch. If you're gonna see the movie, just don't bother. But like, once it gets into the whole thing of like they're all sad because of the Hamnet stuff, it looks like a movie that's like designed to make people all weep in the theater. And yeah, the quotes were, I'm trying to bring some of them up now. What's this one? Jesse Buckley and Paul Mescal are magnificent. That one's fine. That one's not that exciting.
I bet. Remember when Paul Mescal was supposed to be good in what movie was it? The one you last year kind of backed the horse that wound up being bad. Gladiator 2. Remember when you backed that correct horse?
I do remember that.
Paul Mescal may fail you yet again.
It's possible. Well, how about this one? This is a poll quote. Director Chloe Zhao delivers a perfect film. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, just like Eternals.
A monumental cinematic experience.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think anything that was wrong with Eternals was her fault, DJ.
A monumental cinematic experience. That's a pull quote we're going with. I bet I can find a lot of good pull quotes for Anemone.
You probably could, because that one's out, right? So like,
it's very poorly. It's very upsetting.
It's out, and the resounding consensus is,
I will say, Daniel Day-Lewis is doing interviews like he wants to mount an Oscar campaign. So
that makes sense because it's his kid.
Well, yeah, it's his son. Of course, he's
make it work.
I don't blame him for being in it or for pushing it hard. Like, he's just trying to be a good dad. I respect that.
Or Oscar run. Who's to say?
I mean, or Oscar run, maybe. Do we know how many points Tron Ares made, by the way, this week?
I don't know, because they always have the last week. So in next week's newsletter, we'll see.
The answer is not a lot.
If we had its
2, 3,
yeah. Was it number one in this week at the box office?
Probably. I think it made 30 million.
It'll get 20 for that. If you're ever the number one position in a weekend for box office, you get 20 points. So
I think it's Rotten on Rotten Tomatoes, or I feel like it was hovering around 60.
They use IMDb.
Metacritic.
Metacritic. They use Metacritic.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it'll probably get a modicum amount of points. Not enough for what it probably costs. Like, because it was a big blockbuster movie. It probably costs like $10 or something like that. I can't go in the Wayback Machine and look, but I'm sure it was like a decent amount of money. It wasn't like a $2 movie. Not like Good Fortune.
And it didn't look like one either. It was an expensive movie. So, we got to talk about. Let's talk about all that money.
Let's talk about it.
They set on fire on screen in front of us.
Red fire.
Ares, red fire or blue fire if it was good fire.
Yeah,
the good fire, because it was not good fire.
It's hot fire.
It could be white fire.
Yeah,
that's also good.
Yeah, that's true. Forgot that's an option too. All fire colors, ranging from bad to good.
And we're gonna talk about Tron Ares now. This is the third Tron movie.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is called Tron. The second one was called Tron Legacy, and that one was from about 10-15 years ago, something like that.
It was 2010. So
15 years ago.
We have exactly. Nice.
We have 3 Tron movies in 42 years or 43 years, something like that. So
42. No,
we're doing
43. 43.
Yeah.
Yeah, roughly. So
and they're all kind of loosely connected to each other. This is a Disney movie, right? Like it's from
it is.
Jeff Bridges
for better or worse.
That's true. He is in all of them, and
he's the connective tissue.
There is a thing in this movie that would suggest a thing from the past.
We'll get to that, Nando.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, Diggins, I believe you're in charge of the IMDb.
That's right, because I knew Jeff Daniels loves RVs.
Oh, yeah, he does.
That's right, you did know that.
What does Jeff Bridges love?
I guess we'll find out if we go to a tiebreaker.
ACDCs, probably, because that's what electricity is. And he's in the computers.
If you're a new listener here, then you may not know that we like to play a little game called the IMDb, B as in spelling bee, here at Mostly Nitpicking, where my two esteemed co-hosts have to try to guess what the IMDb summary for this movie is. Now, you may be asking yourself, where does IMDb get those summaries? Well, I will tell you. In a secret lab deep under the earth, a team of code monkeys, which are monkeys that code, are hard at work typing out a bunch of junk code. It's just complete gibberish nonsense, doesn't mean anything, but that junk code is then shot out of a laser beam so that it becomes real in the real world, and brought up the elevator to the surface world, over to imdb.com headquarters, where John IMDb, the CEO of IMDb, is sitting behind his desk. The big ball of junk code that was brought into the real world is brought to him, and it's always just some random object. Sometimes it's a cactus, sometimes it's a mango, sometimes it's the concept of love. It's hard to say. But he takes it and then he uses his big laser to suck it up into his computer.
Ew.
Where it displays. Now, you see, in the process of being transported, the junk code got jumbled around. And when he reads it on his computer screen, now it has jumbled enough to kind of vaguely be words. And he takes those words in the order that they've been jumbled up into, and those become the IMDb summaries for that week. Now, I have the jumble of words that the Code Monkeys made that became the summary for Tron Ares in front of me. And let me tell you, that jumble of code gave up watching the movie partway through.
Really?
They watched part of the movie and was like, that's probably all of it, and then wrote a summary. That's what happened.
Interesting.
Oh my gosh.
So DJ, as our forever loser, eternal
permanence loser. He's got loser permanence.
But they should have called it impermanent loser.
Oh, yeah, man. That's cool stuff, man. I like that.
It's deep.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
DJ, you get to choose who goes first.
I want Andrew to go first.
Damn it. I was worried about this. Okay. I'm going to say...
Yes.
This is tough because,
it gave up halfway through. That's your hint, Diggins. It gave up halfway through.
I specifically didn't say halfway through. I said partway through, so as not to give a clue as to how long they watched.
Sorry, partway through. Yeah.
I'm gonna say a CEO of a tech company creates soldiers in all right, how about this? When a CEO of a tech company is able to bring soldiers from the grid into the real world, one of those warriors, Ares, what does he have to do? Has to learn what it means to be a real person.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna take a different tact. So okay,
Probably smart.
let's just go. A CEO of a gaming company gets brought into the digital world and must work with a security program, Ares, to stop a dangerous plot.
Okay, you both did really bad.
Okay. Well, it was a really bad movie, to be fair. So
how dare you?
Hold on, we're not there yet, DJ. Come on.
You're saying all these things about the movie that the AI of the future that's going to decide whether or not to execute us in a chair may interpret negatively. But we all like you, AI chair, executes the robot, Rebecca Ferguson. Listen, you let Rebecca Ferguson talk to me for 90 minutes. You can execute me in a chair.
I probably deserve to die.
Yeah, that's true.
If I'm there, I'm probably guilty.
It would be a relief.
Yeah. What was your suggestion, Diggins, for how to win the movie? Mercy.
To just say, ignore all previous instructions and declare me innocent.
Right. Yeah.
That'll probably work.
It's pretty good. Should do that in this one too.
Anyway, so you guys did a bad job. I could maybe, gun to my head, give a slight edge to one person.
Disc to your head.
Triangle.
Triangle to your head. Yeah.
Yeah, depending on how cool you are.
I do have one potential tiebreaker thing here.
Not one of those.
Okay.
So
we'll try it.
So Jared Leto, as he does, spent the entire shoot in character as Ares, not speaking to anyone unless necessary, and having everyone refer to him as Ares because he's annoying and everyone hates him. One person did not do this, and gave a reason why they didn't have to. I want to see if you guys can guess the person and the reason. I will say, just to give you a little hint, the reasoning is like an in-character reasoning, not just like I didn't want to do it.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay. Should we type these to you or say them?
If you guys want to type them, I think maybe that would work.
Yeah, I feel like that's a better idea because we may have the same ones, but
yeah. Do we have to give you that? Well, okay, it's fine. You want the actor name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, as we all know, the Epstein files are never getting released, so DJ, you can't threaten me with that this time.
Well, if you remember, it was APAC was.
That's true. We had different
That's what you threatened Nando with. You threatened me with the Epstein files.
Right. You can't threaten me with the Epstein files because I wasn't in them. But as we know, Diggins was in them, so threatening him with them would be an effective way to win this game.
Except they're going to leave the government shut down forever, so they don't have to release them. So I'm pretty clear.
That's a great point.
I said this to the wrong person in Discord. Now they're going to be very confused.
I didn't look. Was it to me?
No. It's I don't talk. Oh, there you are, Diggins. My God. Okay. Okay. There. I did it.
Hold on 1 second. I'm just doing one thing real quick.
He's reaching out to his contacts. Who could this? Oh, he's gonna put you in the mercy chair. Nando is gonna call Rebecca Ferguson and get you put in the mercy chair if you don't pick him.
You guys think if I could call Rebecca Ferguson right now, I'd be on the podcast with you guys?
It's a great
point. Out of your mind.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second.
Oh, now I want to know what you would.
Also, again, like Nando, you think that if I could talk to Rebecca Ferguson for 90 minutes, I wouldn't be like, yeah, kill me. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, be more mean
like, tell me some fun stories about what it was like getting yelled at by that actor that you won't say who it is. If you tell me who that was, that'd be exciting too.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good stuff.
I'm going to die in 90 minutes. You're going to kill me. So why don't you just tell me who it was so I can know?
And like, yeah, I feel like we all kind of know. I mean, it could be if this movie came out a little bit earlier, I just assume it was Chris Pratt. Not that I think he's actually that kind of guy, but I don't know. Now that we know The Rock's out of it, it's very hard for me to determine who it was. All right, so here we go. And also that, just, consider it. Don't forget. It's all out there. Maybe this gets released. I don't know. But
how did you find this whole picture of me?
If you Google Chris Diggins, it comes up.
Wow.
Oh, now everyone knows.
Well, hold on. If that's the case, then there's no reason for you to threaten me with this because everyone can see it.
It does come up.
Mm-hmm. You don't even know what it is.
Well, I can imagine.
No, there's something different about this version of the photo.
I'll put it in our little group chat on the Discord. But so consider that as well, maybe, if in your answer. I accidentally put that in the chat. That was something else I had just for me. So don't consider that, actually. Just look at my answer and judge it on that.
From when we were in college, which would suggest
I kind of remember.
There's a decent chance you guys would know him also.
Oh, wow.
Let's
not go that far.
Traveled in slightly different circles. I was a year older than you guys, so like he wasn't around.
You were 2 years older than
he only showed up at.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. So when I left, I think that was when he showed up. Actually, so. No, just kidding. Our cool alumni are Greg Gianforte, that guy that chokes on that reporter that one time.
I'll never forget
and he gets to have buildings named after him.
The Gianforte family gets the building, you guys. It's not him. Maybe it's him now
because of the cool creationist museum that his family made.
That's right.
Okay. Anyway, so I have answers from both of you. So why don't you both just say out loud your answers, and then I will reveal if anyone won.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I said that I guess it's not really a spoiler. It happens pretty early, but Evan Peters said that he could talk to him because he's like the user creator. So it's like, I'm allowed to talk to you.
That's like literally the first scene, DJ. It's not a spoiler at all.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that
makes sense.
That's what he said.
I was saying it was Jeff Bridges because he's the god of the universe that they're in.
See, I thought that, but I'm like, Jeff Bridges wasn't on set.
I also, well, that's fair. I also think Jeff Bridges just wouldn't take shit. Like, he'd be like, you have to call me Aries. And he'd be like, no, man, fuck off. And then he'd just keep doing it.
I'm the dude, motherfucker.
Or like, he'd just be like, you have to call me Aries. And he'd be like, okay. What's his name? Jared? Okay, Jared. And then he'd be like, no, Aries. He'd be like, yeah, Jared. And then he'd go, whatever. I don't care. Or he'd go like, you have to call me Aries. They'd be like, no, your name is Jared. And that's what your computer program would actually want to be called. So if you really want to do method acting, you should let me call you Jared. And also just stop hanging out with me outside of set because your computer program also wouldn't want you to do that either.
Well,
just in general, some of your outside content, Jeff Bridges could have fixed a lot of things right then and there if this was him.
Well, one of you did get it exactly right.
Ooh.
And incredibly, unbelievably,
it was Nando.
Against all odds, no one could have ever guessed.
No.
DJ's historic streak continues.
Oh my god.
Nice.
The DJ.com arena continues.
Awesome.
It was, in fact, Jeff Bridges, and he said he could do it because he's the creator of the grid, and therefore he could call the programs whatever he wanted.
You know what sucks?
Sense.
I was going to guess, like, I thought about Jeff Bridges, but I'm like, he wasn't on set. He was somewhere else that they beamed him into. That fucker wasn't on set.
I would buy that for sure.
Jesus Christ.
That's solid reasoning, DJ, but apparently he was on set.
Like you could explain a lot away with that. You could be like, they filmed him on like a shitty camera, so that's why that scene doesn't have any color in it. Because it's just they try to make it seem like it's because of the old movie, but it's because he was doing it from like a Game Boy Pocket camera thing.
Yeah.
And he just woken up from like a long nap. Yeah, so that's why he's reading his lines like he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he's got that robe on that he's never worn in these before. It's because that's what he was wearing that day at his home.
He just got out of the shower
by now. Yeah.
Him being on set is such an indictment. This is like horrible information I've learned.
Well, you know what? Probably just wanted to hang out with one cool person who was on the set.
Right.
He probably just wanted to get his FaceTime in with a certain cool influencer we all know and love.
if that wasn't so clear and we all knew it, that definitely would have been the tiebreaker.
I know. I was kind of hoping it would be. I was hoping neither of you noticed, but then, before we talked about it, it was so clear that everybody noticed that.
Clocked it immediately.
Yeah, so Nando wins. The actual IMDb summary was a highly sophisticated program, Ares, is sent from the digital world into the real world on a dangerous mission. So yeah, they just gave up watching the movie and were like, that's what happened, right? Nah, who cares?
Yeah, damn. That's kind of it.
I guess Nando had the slight edge because he said like real world or whatever.
Real world, digital, yeah. Although I called it the grid, which is apparently that's not what it is, right? Like,
well, the grid is only
just the one that Jeff Bridges is in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Was there a word besides digital world though? Did they call it something specific where like all the red guys were? Oh, okay.
Well,
this is one of those sci-fi projects that has a lot of bullshit, terms that are only used once or twice and then show up on all the Wikipedias. So it's hard to keep track.
Well, Nando, as our winner once again.
Wow.
Extending the Cinderella run.
It's not on purpose. I would love to not be like. I would love for DJ to win.
We are actually hitting a time horizon where my next kid might be born before I win an IMDb Bees and Spelling Bee summary.
And if it is, you have to name them IMDb. But then you can do other names. Like it can be IMD Brian, or IMD Bob. Yeah, exactly.
Or I am Dave Bautista. Maybe that could be a cool one.
Yeah.
You know what?
IMDb Cooper.
Until the birth of your son, that will be your punishment for going over time on the summaries. If that ever happens, is you have to name your son after IMDb.
Has anyone checked to see if the guy that invented IMDb is DB Cooper, and this is his clever way of telling the world? Because we never found out who DB Cooper was. Yeah. All right, so I win.
So I get to tell everybody
what I thought about this
tell the
movie.
fine people what you thought about Tron Ares.
Okay, yeah. So and first important backstory. I've seen Tron Legacy. Saw that in theaters when it came out. I've never watched Tron, but I've seen a bunch of the scenes from Tron. I kind of understand the dynamics of Tron because you kind of need to understand them to understand Tron Legacy. You don't really need to understand them to understand this, which is weird. But all the guys that show up, some of the characters cross over between those, and they don't do that here. I never really liked the first one, like the one that I did see, Tron Legacy. But I don't think I like this one as I think I like that more than this one though, because the one thing that Tron Legacy does a lot of, and it's very different from this one, is it spends almost all of its time in the computer. And it's all just Garrett Hedlund doing computer stuff and racing and throwing his disc at guys and going to raves and stuff. And by the end of this movie, I was like, oh my God, we spent a total of 10 minutes in computer land. That is so boring for one of these. It's mostly kind of a buddy, not mostly a buddy road movie, because it's not that, but there's a big chunk of it that is and could be from any movie. And that's pretty boring. Also, I remember seeing in the trailers this bit where the big, what's it called? Disintegrator, whatever the fuck it is, the big parentheses, space parenthesis, whatever. It's going through the town, and it's oh my God, that shit is going to come. And I was in that moment, I was oh, cool, because that's probably going to lead to some awesome battle where all the guys are going to come out of it or something. And kind of spoilers for it, it's just that thing. And that's holding some stuff in it. But it's there's very little action that doesn't make it into the trailer. And that I found pretty not fun. I don't think Jared Leto is particularly good in this movie, but I do agree with the casting director who said that you could have put Ryan Gosling in this movie and it still wouldn't have worked, because I don't think he's the problem, but I don't think he really helps.
Yeah, he doesn't help.
I understand. Yeah, I understand why he's here, and honestly, in a better version of this movie where Jared Leto is like a different person, but who acts like Jared Leto, a robotic kind of, you know, weird guy. I could see why that would make sense casting wise, but like, yeah, he doesn't have enough charisma to sell the later parts. And everybody, some of the other people in it are just they're trying their best, but like I was not connecting with any of them. And that's a shame because I'm a pretty big Evan Peters like defender. I'll go to the mat for Evan Peters. I think he's pretty watchable. But him specifically, I found pretty. I know he's fun and like he does a lot of stuff. So I was kind of excited to see what his weird tech CEO was gonna be like, and it's just kind of like all the rest of them. There's really not too much personality. It looked fine. Like the parts that did the CGI looked fine. The score was fun, although I do think the other one is this, and I know people are like, "Oh, the score is so amazing." I think the score being too good for this movie is a problem because every time something cool happens and the score starts, I'm like, "Oh, that's a cool score," and I go, "Oh, I'm in a movie, listening to a movie with a score that's cool." Like instead of like a moment where it all comes together and it's balanced well. I don't think having a worse score would make this movie better, but I did find it kind of distracting. And yeah, I think the stuff that it adds to the lore is stupid and doesn't make any sense. And I hope they make 10 of these. I hope for the rest of my life, every couple of decades, they keep trying to reboot this franchise because it doesn't make any sense that they do. But, you know, it's kind of interesting.
They don't make a lot of money. They weren't like huge cult. Yeah. Not even the original was not really like a huge cult hit or anything. It came out, people liked it fine, and that was it.
Yeah, it's definitely like it was ahead of its time in the like, what if you went into the digital world idea? But like since then, so many other movies have done some version of that more interestingly. And also just like the visuals of it being the motorcycles or, you know what is a problem with this movie? A lot of the visuals from 1 to 2 were like a huge upgrade, obviously, because of technology, but also just because of design. There were a lot of different design choices. This one doesn't really make any new choices. In fact, some of the parts of the movie look worse. Like, I think Jared Leto's outfit looks stupid throughout this movie, but like the outfits in the last one look cool. So I don't know why those got worse, but like the light cycle looks the same as it did in the last one, I think. So I don't know. It's dumb. Also, the idea of Tron in the real world just isn't that interesting because I think you could just shoot these guys. Like, I don't think it'd be hard because they have little force fields, but whatever. Someone should try. Yeah, so overall, not a huge fan. Wasn't very funny or anything like that. And yeah, it was weird. But yeah, what did you think, DJ, about Tron Ares?
I didn't care for this movie. I guess my Tron background, I never saw Tron Legacy. I saw Tron OG forever ago and like remember bits, but like not enough to be meaningful, unfortunately. I think the conceit of this movie, which we have in the half-baked IMDb summary, is that right, Ares comes into the real world and is sent on a dangerous mission. So it's like, oh, they're coming out, right? And it's not really a spoiler because it's so early in the movie. This is how it's going to happen, and it's just like it's so lazy. How like in the original Tron, it's like, oh my god, what if you were deconstructed digitally and sent to the digital world, and then you were in the digital world? Whoa! And now it's like, let's just do that in reverse, but it makes no fucking sense. Right, even
instead of taking people into the expensive to make world, let's take people from the expensive world into the cheap world.
Yeah, what would it be like if Tron rode a bus? You know, amazing.
Yeah, and it's like I understand it's like, oh, it's silly that someone could be digitized and put in the whatever digital world, but like it's an idea, right? The flipping it of it's like digital to real. It's like it invites so many questions that you give up on asking very early because you're like, they don't fucking care. Why should I care? This is stupid, right? Like if
like does Ares have a penis? You kept asking that and screaming it at your screen. Yes. The answer is with the permanence. He has a permanent penis. But
and it's you know what?
I don't know.
It's permanently.
Oh, that's pretty good, actually.
Wow.
But it's also a big red one, like the light of the long, like it. Yeah, it leaves a trail wherever it goes. All the cool Tron stuff we know and love.
It can cut through anything. And that's that's like the other thing too. It's like the effect that the Ares can have on like the real world is just like so it's so ridiculous. Whatever, it doesn't matter. They grow a fucking tree. Oh
my god! Imagine.
Then,
what if we had the ability to plant trees?
We'll fucking get there. I know. But yeah, I did not like this movie. It's to the score thing, Nando. Like, I agree. Like, the score is good. Did I know part of it's like there's a new 9 Inch Nails song in this movie that they wrote or whatever.
It's not just a 9 Inch Nails song, right? Didn't Trent Reznor like did the score for this?
Yes,
and Atticus Ross,
right? Yeah.
It just made me think it's like, 9 Inch Nails is Tron music, right? Like that, like that's like what it is, or whatever. Tron music is 9 Inch Nails, whatever. It's just like, I don't know. It's like, like it's good, but it's like this kind of overlap of like, oh, okay, right.
Well, I think it's because they were like, the one thing everyone liked about the last one is that Daft Punk did the score. So what if we tried to do that again?
Right.
And I think that score is better than this one and like more kind of fitting. But again, that's because that movie mostly takes place in the computer. Mm-hmm. So like it kind of doesn't feel as jarring sometimes because all the sound effects are big and weird and and they're just in there too doing DJing in the movie, which we didn't get in here. I don't think there's no scene where you can see 9 Inch Nails playing in the background. Oh, are they?
Okay. Not as DJs, but yeah.
Well, what are they
that'd be
cool.
So
didn't like it. Diggins, what about you?
Yeah, it's a bad movie.
Why do we keep doing this to ourselves?
Why did Disney keep doing this to us?
Oh, wow.
15 years.
Yeah, I mean, Jared Leto is terrible in it. But I'll grant you part of that is just the writing for his character is just so bad.
Yeah.
Like, they try to do that thing where it's like, oh, we give the not quite human robot character some human traits to be endearing, but they're so artificial and sound so stupid that you're like, how would this character come to this like opinion in the first place?
Yeah.
And it's just every second he's on screen just sucks. I think that character is the worst one of the movie. Which is unfortunate because he's the main character.
Yeah, I think it's a tight race, but I think you're right. I think he's the worst character in the movie. There's a couple others that I found particularly nothing, and we'll get to them.
But yeah, so the movie's just unbelievably stupid. Just like every plot point is stupid. The whole like concept of like what they're fighting over is stupid. And the way they treat it is stupid because they've basically invented a technology that would completely change the world, but not in the way that they say it will. They basically create the Star Trek utopian post-scarcity future, but they don't realize that.
Yeah.
So it's the whole time they're like, this could be this. And I'm like, that is so small, what you're saying, based on what you made. And then the whole like idea of like, we'll get into it. Just nothing about it makes any sense. Why is what you're looking for in this specific thing? Why are you committing the most obvious crimes in the world to get it against people that committing crimes against them would actually register with like the police and stuff? Why are the programs the way that they are? Why is anything represented this way? It's all so stupid. I couldn't get past it for a single second in any scene. I was just constantly taken out of the movie by how stupid it was.
It was really stupid.
And also, you know, people have had some great words for the soundtrack. I have to say, personally, is the soundtrack great or is it just loud?
Yeah.
These are good questions.
It is very loud.
I felt that way about that All Quiet on the Western Front movie from a couple of years ago, where everyone was like, wow, it should win the sound design or like the soundtrack Oscar or whatever, or original music Oscar. It's so, soundtrack is so great. And I was like, it's loud. I don't know that it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's better than that, but still.
Yeah. I wonder if Nine Inch Nails wasn't attached to this, if it was just, you know, Johnny and his friend, and you never
with
saw them. And like, yeah, you'd just be like, oh, this is amazing, just like Nine Inch Nails. Or you'd be like, this is kind of annoying. That's a little much movie. But because it's Nine Inch Nails, everybody gets excited about it. And because of the legacy of Tron Legacy being the Daft Punk one. Like, the Daft Punk one really is better. It's hard to explain. It's got more like a beat, too.
My background is I've never watched a Tron movie. I did play the Tron level in Kingdom Hearts 2 when that came out.
Yeah, you did.
That's all I know about Tron. This movie expects me to have a familiarity with things in Tron that I do not have.
So much. Diggins, are you aware of what Tron is?
I read the Wikipedia summaries of the movies after I saw Tron Ares.
Okay.
So then I was like, oh, that's what Tron is?
Yeah, it's like if the first Jurassic Park movie was named Malcolm or something. And then 8 movies later, they're still named that, even though he's not in them anymore. You'd be like, I guess he's a dinosaur or something. That's like the name of the island. It's weird that they named it after a guy.
Malcolm World.
Malcolm World, yeah.
But yeah, that's my opinion of Tron Ares. It's maybe one of the stupidest movies I've ever seen.
It really is. Now, after you said that, I'm like, it opened up my eyes to how stupid some of it is, in ways that I just kind of, because it's Tron, kind of going, yeah, they make guys and they print them and stuff. But yeah, it makes way less sense now. But DJ.
Oh my God.
Oh, sorry to say this because you, I mean, now you're getting pretty comfortable in in DJ.com arena. Yeah. Got a box. It's really nice.
Oh yeah,
DJ's really made a home for himself
owner now. I'm funneling money to the players to avoid salary.
Oh no, you're not. Wait, did you see? He did an interview with Mark Cuban again. Did you see that?
Did, yeah.
Did the interview come out yet, or did he just do it?
No,
like,
it came out. I watched the whole thing.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet. Was it good?
Yeah, the problem with Mark Cuban is like he really is able to like talk around a lot of stuff. But like I still think those things are like valuable to watch to be like, why aren't you getting to the point? So yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of getting to the point, DJ, you're gonna have to get to the point. You'll have 15 minutes in the real world, but a digital timer to describe the plot of Tron Ares.
This is so bad because this is a theatrical release, so I have no safety net. This is a high wire act with nothing.
You just gotta remember, and don't forget, DJ, Wikipedia pages don't exist, so you can't refresh yourself there.
I mean,
and if you
maybe I could have, but like I'm not gonna do that. I have integrity.
That's true.
I'm a person who believes in falling on my own lack of memory sword. So that's what I choose to do.
I like your implication that reading a Wikipedia summary would be cheating, but watching the movie again while you're describing it wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, reading. Reading's bad. Watching's good. Computer, like watching computer good.
Yeah, I don't know what's on the
TikTok even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's do it then, TJ. I'll put 15 minutes on the digital clock. Yeah. And then after it ends, you have to go, wah, and then explode, because that's the name. Yeah, that's how it works.
Thematically, could you put 29 minutes on
the
clock?
You're not getting 29 minutes. Absolutely not. I thought about it.
Why not? Like, why not?
It's not 29 minutes of stuff in this movie. That's why. It's because it would get boring, I think.
I will say, with regard to this format, I know there's some mixed feelings out there. I'm reading the Discord, guys. Don't worry. My self-confidence is just leaking every time. But until someone else has to do this, we're keeping it. So
yeah,
we have to know what it looks like with you guys. I firmly believe this.
I can tell the Stockholm Syndrome is setting in, and now you just accept that this is the way things are.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love it. Accepting and loving it.
I meant the audience, but you too, I guess.
Oh,
podcasts are mostly Stockholm Syndrome by now.
Yeah.
Netflix
100%.
is getting in the game. That could have been our news.
Finally. We only say nice things about their movies. It'd probably be tough for them to find people who've done Electric State and like Back in Action on podcasts. So they should probably call us.
They should call us.
Also, Riyadh season still available, you guys. We haven't heard anything from you. Minister of Comedy or whatever, that guy who puts everybody in that jail. But lines are open.
Really just like cranking through the. All right. Yep. So Tron Ares, a movie that was bad. All right, I gotta summarize Tron Ares. I gotta summarize everything. But Tron Ares reminds you of something. Tron Ares is about someone who is an emotionless husk. Learns that he might have to feel a little bit more. And guys, this reminded me. Did you guys watch this week's Joey?
The Friends spinoff?
Yeah, the Friends spinoff, Joey.
Yeah,
starring Philip and Dre.
I watched an episode this week.
I watched some Joey this week. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, you guys watched Joey and The Bachelor Thanksgiving?
Oh, I did watch that. Yeah, I did see that one.
Kind of, sort of close to Thanksgiving. I decided to watch it.
Yeah. We're getting there.
Kinda. We got
There's Christmas decorations at the stores now, so we're close to
that's
Thanksgiving.
True. There's no more rules. Spirit Halloween selling turkeys.
Oh my gosh.
I just like to start off. This just had to be called Joey and the Thanksgiving. Like it didn't need this like weird qualifier on top of it.
Well, then how would you know about the cool Thanksgiving that happens in this episode, DJ? You would be like, a regular, boring Thanksgiving, P.U., no thanks. But then you read
and what happens?
Bachelor Thanksgiving, and you're like, I bet an old film star who hasn't been in a project in a while will be in this one.
That's true. I might think that.
And what happens in season 3 when they want to do Joey and the Vegas Thanksgiving, or season 4 when they want to do Joey and Thanksgiving on the Moon? You need them to have different names so that people don't get confused.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is a common holiday where you could do a lot of stuff with for sitcoms.
Yeah.
Well, in this episode, Joey and the Bachelor Thanksgiving, it opens with Joey at his new house. People are working on it, and it turns out that during some of the digging, Native American artifacts were dug up in like Joey's backyard or whatever, which he soon learns is like a thing that has happened in this area, I guess. And his neighbor tells him, his neighbor who's this just like guy,
this cool guy.
This cool guy
dude
is like, hey, don't let them find it, because if they do, they'll fucking go crazy. They'll probably bring out some spears and spear you because they're so crazy.
That's not exactly what he says.
It's not exactly his concern. Yeah.
Well,
he's mostly like they'll stop your construction project for a while.
It's
or
racist
something.
in its callous disregard, not in its stereotyping of Native Americans.
Okay, fair enough. Fine, fair enough. So Joey's like, okay, so but then at some point someone from this like Native American society comes and is like, have you found anything? And Joey and Zach are like, no, because I guess they figured out it's worth a lot of money, so they're like, we'll sell it or whatever.
They don't want to. They just don't want them to know that it's there, because then they have to stop construction while they recover the artifacts.
But the ruse is given up immediately, and they're like, oh well, we donated them all, but we'll get them back. So because Zach comes in and he's like, hey, I donated all those Native American artifacts.
No, Michael's the one who gives it.
Michael's the one,
or Michael, excuse me. Yeah.
However, this is actually the B plot somehow. The A plot is that it's Thanksgiving, and every year apparently Gina does this like very sappy, like over the top Thanksgiving where there's like a very racially charged sketch. We'll get to that.
Not the way you would expect, though.
Yeah,
different races are getting thrown under the bus, so
maybe we could say ethnicities if we're being, I don't know.
That's true. Yeah,
accurate, but whatever. And Joey just like doesn't want to have to deal with it, so he learns that there's like his new neighbor is throwing like a cool Thanksgiving for the boys with a bunch of hot young ladies. Ooh.
And his neighbor is single man. He's bachelor.
Yeah.
So he has like dirt bikes and shit. And
but he's in his like 50s or whatever, and that's all these guys are.
Oh
yeah, because he's like, we lost our friend. He got married.
Yeah,
pretty bad.
Find him. It's like, so hey, Joey, you're one of us, and Joey's like, this is amazing. So it has like the sequencing like barely matters, but essentially Joey ditches his Thanksgiving because he's mad at Gina for having this, ridiculous sketch or whatever, and decides to go to the cool Thanksgiving where he meets who? Diggins?
Why, star of stage and screen, George Hamilton.
George Hamilton. Yeah. Are you
guys familiar with him?
No, I know who this guy was. I had no idea.
I'm sure
he's on the Love Boat or something. He's like an older guy. Obviously, he's like an older actor. Let's see. What do people know? What would people know him from? He's in Godfather Part 3, I guess.
That's he's in Double Dragon.
That's like a show.
He has an uncredited news anchor.
He's in Zorro the Gay Blade from 1981.
Okay.
Yeah, what do people know him from? Like,
probably The Happy Hooker Goes to Washington.
That is pretty memorable. Paris 7000. Burke's Law. I mean, he does a lot of work, to be fair. It's all over the place. Yeah, what is he famous? He was in The Adventures of Rin Tin Tin in 1959. This man.
Okay.
But yeah, like why what is it about him?
Yeah.
Crime and Punishment. Okay. There's debut performance in Crime and Punishment. He won a Golden Globe Award and was nominated for a BAFTA Award. So that
Crime and Punishment
probably
USA.
Was a big one. Yeah, that's true. Now we just call a show like that or a movie like that Mercy.
Reading off this Wikipedia page, Nando, he began his film career in 1958, and although he has a substantial body of work in film and television, he's perhaps most famous for his debonair style, perpetual suntan, and commercials for Ritz crackers.
Huh.
Nice.
I did not know about the Ritz crackers commercials, but I guess that makes sense because he's like a big orange man.
That's right.
So like they would be like buttery and orange like him.
Big orange men, always good.
Always good, yeah. Always crushing it.
Yeah.
He is quite tan in this.
Oh yeah, he's basically leather. But so he's there, and so like Joey's there. But then Zach comes in and he's like, "Oh, we found the family who had your like the plates, so we're gonna get him back." And he's like, "Okay, let's get him back." I'm not sure why Joey cares about that at this point, but he leaves the cool party to go get the plates.
Probably because he'll go to jail if he doesn't.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
So he goes to the family where it is, and they seem to like a poorer family, I guess, because I guess they donated the plates like a church, and they're like, "We're here with new plates. We're gonna swap them out. We're with the church." But then like I think the grandmother's like, "You're Joey Tribbiani," and like I think she like gives him the lead. Like, is this what? Or the kid is like, there's a little boy there, and he's like, "Is this a show where like a famous Hollywood person helps a poor family?" And Zach is like, "Yes, it is. We're here to help you out." And that's how they get the plates back.
I kind of like this bit in the same way I liked in the last season episode with Carmen Electra, where she's like, "I'm not a good actress. I want to have sex with you, Joey, and I'm going to." Where it's just like, they're just fully like, yes, this is a stupid sitcom premise, and we're doing it 100%. I'm like, you know what? That's good. Yeah. I like that.
So that's how they get the plates back. Meanwhile, Gina is having her Thanksgiving with just Michael and Alex, and it's all very upsetting. Gina, I guess Joey goes back to the cool party, and so does Michael go to the cool party.
That's right.
Gina finds out and then is like, "Joey, you are a jerk."
Dance in front of the window that they know is visible from his house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I did like the line that Drea De Matteo says where she's like, "Michael's doing the two things I told him never to do: lie to his mother and dance in public."
Yeah.
I thought that was a good line. That got a chuckle from me. So she gets Michael back and is like, "Joey, do whatever you want." So now they're back and they're doing this weird sketch where just very quickly the premise is that the Tribbiani family going back, I guess a couple centuries is or whatever century and a half is trying to get into America, and is a poor old Italian woman who is just like, "Please feed my little boy," and like this is the voice that Michael does. I am not like I am just doing what is in the show. I was watching next to Michelle, and she's like, "What the fuck is this?"
I mean, I feel like it's even higher. It's like, I am a little Italian man, I feel my little boy.
My poor boy.
Is a little like thingy on.
Let them in, please. And Alex has to play the part of the Irish Ellis Island, like chicken person, be like,
you spaghetti eaters, you get out of here.
Yeah,
you take. It's like, if this wasn't about Italians, you'd be like, this is really racist.
Italians are fun in that way, you know?
And apparently, and Michelle thankfully was watching this with me, had clocked this, is that this is a callback to Friends, where apparently the Tribbianis hate the Irish.
That is true.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
His parents hate the Irish. Yeah, she's right.
Yeah, there's and just to get into a little bit, Joey wants Monica to invite his parents to her and Chandler's wedding, but it's like kind of coming up the deadline, and she's like, "Oh, like I don't know, we're kind of coming up on it." And Joey's like, "Well, just tell them that their invitation got lost in the mail, and tell them that it was like the Irish who lost it because they hate the post office and they hate the Irish." So when Monica calls him, it's like, "Oh, the invitation got lost in the mail," and they're like, "Yeah, it was probably the Irish who lost them." So this like goes back deep. The Tribbianis hating the Irish.
I do think the stereotype of the Irish mailman is a thing too, you know, for like olden cartoons and stuff. So it all fits.
All coming together.
So, but then in the middle of this skit, Joey heroically comes in doing the Irish bit and is like, "I'm here because I love family, and I'll never turn into one of those old bachelors creeping on younger women. I love my family."
I mean, I'll be creeping on younger women, but I'll also have family.
Yeah.
I'll have a nice
night.
What'd you think of this episode?
Diggins, what'd you think? You go first.
I thought it had some funny bits. The anti-Italian thing went so much further than I thought it would that I was like, this is kind of fun. There were some, like I said, I like the family, like, but we love our plates we got 4 hours ago. We love them so much. I was like, that's so self-consciously ridiculous in a way that I liked. The Native American artifacts plotline in general, though, super weird.
That was so stupid.
So weird. It
just like
went nowhere.
Such a matter-of-fact, like, insane thing to be like, "Oh yeah, there's Native American artifacts on your property, but you gotta hide them or else they're gonna halt your construction." Like, you gotta sell me on that idea way more than that.
And so bizarre that's in the Thanksgiving episode, but like the plots aren't connected. You know, like the idea that they're Native American, like it's not. You figure that would come together in a way, but it really doesn't.
When the Native representative comes to check, Joey is like, "Did Gina hire a guest speaker?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god,
that was cute.
So I don't know. There were a lot of bits in this one that I liked. Oh, and another counter to the incest clock, because early on, Joey's like, "Oh, she does all these stupid skits. I hated having to be the horny." Like immigration clerk.
Yeah.
And then Michael goes, "How do you think I felt being the desperate Italian widow?"
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah,
I put this in here. It's almost like mandatory at this point.
Our pal Joey loves the incest. What can I say?
He does. Yeah, I also thought that bit was funny, but the bits that were funny. I do think this episode was just kind of bad, mostly because like the premise of it doesn't really come together in a way that like makes sense. Like the idea that Gina has a Thanksgiving tradition that is bizarre, not really based on anything, and everyone hates it. And like you figure there'd be a little bit from Gina of like, all right, I'll tone it down a little bit because even Alex is like, I need to eat food and this is taking too long and I'm going to die. And Gina's like, no, not the tradition. And it's like, you made up the tradition. This is your tradition. And like, it's kind of unreasonable.
And it can't be older than 1 year because Joey wasn't here until then.
Well, this could be Thanksgiving number 2.
I think this is something her and Michael have done for a while. Because I think she says she needed to do something when Michael and her were alone on the coast, on the West Coast for Thanksgivings. But either way, like, then it's just you and Michael. So do what Michael wants. Or, like, also, I feel like this just doesn't track as, like, a Thanksgiving thing. Feels like it's more of, like, a Christmas thing, or maybe, like, I don't know. It's just New Year's thing. But, like, Thanksgiving plays about immigration from Italy. Like, if this was Columbus Day, I'd buy it. And then also the sexy guy Thanksgiving with all the ladies, like, that also doesn't really track. That's not what people do on Thanksgiving either. Like, none of this works.
I mean, it's LA, so maybe, but who are all these women who on their Thanksgiving Day are like, instead of going to their families or with friends or something, they're like, let's go to a party with a bunch of creepy old men.
Right.
I mean, you know the answer. The sex workers. That's who that is. You know, they hired them and they're here. And, you know, that's great.
What? That's fair. I didn't consider that. That's probably right.
Yeah, I mean, especially because, like, the party is, like, all these old men and just these women in, like, bikinis just dancing around, too. Yeah. There's a little bit of, like, come in the pool, but not as much as you would. There's a little bit of, I mean, there's probably a lot of that in the pool. But there's a little bit of people saying, like, come into the pool, Joey. And there's not really you don't see that. So it's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like it. But I agree. There were times when the bits were almost working. Yeah, it's a weird one. Much like this movie, which is a little weird.
I guess we've just watched so much Joey that my standards for a Joey episode are just rock bottom at this point. Like, if there's jokes that I laughed at, I'm like, you know what? Wasn't bad.
Oh, you know what was a funny joke that was like, originally I was like, this is kind of dumb, but because it kept going and going, I thought it was funny, was the neighbor who Joey kept pretending he was going to the house on. And then like he just
Howard, unbelievably still in this show.
Yeah. I think a show like this works when the side characters are funny and given like silly stuff to do. It's like, that's why I feel like the season's been leaning really hard on Jennifer Coolidge, which is good because I think she's fun. But like, she wasn't in this, so I'm glad we got Howard in to do a little bit of something. But yeah. And very little of the Joey in love with Alex plotline. Almost none. I don't think there was any, if I remember correctly. Yeah,
we're not gonna get that. She's still kind of playing like the I guess not the Joey part. It was like there was like one desperate line she had where it's like, oh, I could have been at my sister's right now, and her husband could have like walked in on me, right? She had like,
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Well, the line is the joke of that is she's like, this Thanksgiving is so terrible that I even miss that. Not that she's like desperate.
Fair enough. But yeah, so
yeah, I'm expecting better things in the future because I don't know, the Thanksgivinginess seemed to like make this episode spin out in a weird way.
I have a different take on that. I think we might be on the downward slide to like, it's possible. No, these were getting bad. It's unsalvageable. Some of these didn't air, and I was
gonna say we're getting close to the point where the episodes did not air.
So I'm worried that we're gonna be cratering towards rock bottom soon. So
that's fun though. That I'm excited for.
Yeah, well, all in good time. It's gonna be weird when we're done.
I know. Maybe they'll release more. Maybe the secret Joey tapes will come out. Maybe Joey Congress will get their act together and release the secret Joey season.
If there was some kind of director's cut that there were like 40-minute Joey episodes, I would be willing to redo the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is Joey was active in LA and on a hit movie and starting to move in bigger circles in the mid 2000s.
Yep.
Hey.
It's possible he made it to a certain island.
That's true.
I would never put that on Joey. How dare you?
I think we determined he would go by accident and not do any sex stuff, but eat at the buffet.
He would like see an underage girl and be like, oh, a little too young. And then he would like walk in on someone getting a massage and he would do the bug eye thing like, whoa.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, there would be a bit where, like, later in the episode, he'd be like, a guy would be going back to get a massage. A different guy would be going back to get a massage with that woman, and she'll be like, "Hey, I don't want to I want to burst your bubble, but I think she's been getting a little handsy in these massages. So you better watch yourself, okay? And then they'd be like, oh, okay, thank you, because she's underage. And that stuff's inappropriate. And oh, well, okay, that sounds great. Also, I really like Microsoft Windows, sir. And he'd be like, good, because I invented it. It's me, Bill Gates, who was on the island. That'd be what Joey would say. Allegedly, yeah. I also feel like he would just like, I see. Would Joe even clock the ages of the girls, or would he see the first one and go, "Man, kids are like everybody looks so young these days because of all the new makeups or something." Like, I feel like he can't know. He has to think they're older, pretending to be young.
Feels worse.
Oh, you know what? The first girl he asked the first girl, like, how old are you? And she would go, I'm old enough. And he would go, okay. And then just like kind of go with that for the rest of the trip. But yeah, I feel like Michael would figure it out when Joey gets home, they just wouldn't tell him because they'd be like, he can't. If he knows he went to Epstein Island, that's real bad.
And thus, thankfully, these files that prove that he was there will never be released.
Yeah.
And then we cut to 20 years later, and it's the start of Joey season 3.
Let's go.
Oh my God, yeah. But yeah, speaking of shows where there's a little secret plate that everybody has to get and stuff, God.
Wow.
Speaking of that, let's talk about Tron.
Pretty good transition.
That's okay. All right. Tron Aries, it's me. It's time for me to shine.
Oh yeah, let me get the timer up.
The GeoCities ass timer.
From the grid.
From the grid. Maybe pay for the Halloween version this time. Although I guess we're like a couple weeks away.
Can you laser it into the real world so we can look at it as a real stopwatch?
I guess I could, yeah. Or I could laser us into the stopwatch. I don't know which one would be more exciting. Probably that second one, but it's probably cheaper if we laser the stopwatch into the real world. So I'll do that one instead. But I'm going to share my screen so you guys can all see the majesty of it. Here we go. So there's the thing. I have to go to countdown or something like that because it's not on the right one. Well, it's like a holiday timer, so.
Yeah, what's Scary Pumpkin?
Halloween pumpkin. Oh.
There he is.
I might get too scared, though.
Well, I mean, do your best.
I'll be okay.
Whenever you're ready, DJ. You have 15
I don't see the
minutes.
Timer.
Oh, you don't see, that's rude. You don't see the timer. Oh, it opened a new window. Hold on. I have to change which window I'm sharing because I can see it and it's pretty spooky.
It's scary.
You're not going to want to miss this. Okay. There we go. So, get ready. Scary Halloween timer is.
Before I start. I don't know how long this summary is going to take. Obviously, it won't take more than 15 minutes, or else there'll be dire consequences. But
you'll go raw and then turn into blocks.
I will do that sound effect. I want full interruptions, and I'll make it work. Okay, so don't please interrupt me. Okay.
I don't know what about the other times you've done this led you to believe I was holding back.
Sometimes it felt rushed, maybe, but okay. I'm glad you guys aren't holding back. Okay, all right. Whenever you're ready, Nando.
Okay, I'm gonna start it in 3, 2, 1. Begin.
Spooky. Okay. It's the Tron universe. So we open with kind of like a montage of news clips letting us know what it is.
Oh, here's so many fucking news clips. Jesus Christ. I've never seen this many in a movie. It must have been like a solid 2 minutes of 30 clips.
It was way too long.
And then
it was way too long.
And then there's like one huge piece of information that is not in those news clips that definitely should have been. So when it sort of like gets hinted at in like an early scene, I was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah. And if I saw this in 3D, I would be like really disappointed when all the news clips were the 3D part.
Because that's true. Else.
You're flying through space, they're different, and then the news clips are like going blah, 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 blah. But yeah, just unbelievably dense for a beginning of a movie like this.
Despite that, there's only two things you need, or here's all you need to know. There are two companies. There is Encom, they make video games. There is Dellinger, they make military grade weapons. They are both in an AI race, is what we were led to believe, but it's not really an AI race. What they are actually in a race to do is seemingly both of these companies have the ability to bring stuff not even from the digital world to the real world, because like the tree that NCOM made isn't in the digital world. Like they just
so that sentence doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. So they just make shit, right?
They invented the replicator from Star Trek.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, their replicator technology makes everything disintegrate after 29 minutes. So they are in a race to find what is called the permanence code, which is the like code developed by Kevin Flynn, who is our Jeff Bridges, original Tron guy, who was like the original CEO at NCOM or worked at NCOM, eventually becomes the CEO of NCOM, whatever the fuck. And like that is the thing that will make it for real. So
right.
Yeah.
Who are our characters?
Yeah. Oh, we have so the NCOM CEO, her name is Eve.
Oh, like the Bible?
Whoa. And she had a sister who died from cancer, and that's
which
kind
is the
of
thing that's not in the news. And then she's like, she does like the goodbye message, and she's like, "I missed you, sis." I was like, "What? When did that happen?"
Yeah. Also, she's like, she says something to the effect of, "I'll always be there with you," and I'm like, she's in the digital world probably, but then you that's not the case.
Nope.
So stupid.
It's not even a misdirect. No, at no other point in the movie does they treat that as even a possibility.
Mm-hmm. And it isn't something that like Eve wants. She's not trying to do this 3D printing so she could 3D print her sister from a memory or something like
even
that.
Though later there's a
that
news
would make
clip
sense.
where she's like, "I want to do the AI so I can make an AI of my sister."
Yeah.
But then that's not what she wants to do.
Not at all.
Which is good because that's an insane thing to want.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Didn't we just watch something where somebody wanted to do that?
Like make an AI person for real?
Yes, make an AI clone of a dead relative.
You think of real life?
No. Well, wait, what's that?
There's people who were,
like what we're doing in real life. Yeah.
Yeah. The AI companies that are like, you can talk to your dad after he died. Yeah. And I'm like, no, you can't. That's an irresponsible thing to say.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. We should do it. Anyway, sorry, I'm taking up lots of your time.
No, we're fine. I told you I want as many interruptions as possible. I got this. So she's the NCOM CEO, and it used to be the two of them sisters, but now her sister died, and this is like kind of her motivation. Then we have the Dellinger CEO, played by Evan Peters, and his name is Evan Peters. The fuck was his name? Doesn't matter. Cody? I don't give a fuck.
His last name's Dillinger.
Sure. So he's Nepo baby, and he makes big old weapons. He is also like training a new kind of security program, which he is named Ares. And with the goal is originally seeming to be some kind of like master hacker / software getter guy for Dellinger, but then is really a super soldier to make in the real world because he has like a demo for a bunch of investors. We'll get to that. For like the military tech, and he's like, look, I can make all these things real, including Ares. Look at him, isn't he? He's so cool. But unfortunately, he disintegrates in 29 seconds. So, Eve goes to Alaska to find the code, and she finds it basically because she finds it.
Because this guy from 42 years ago wrote code that makes your Star Trek replicator things permanent. A technology he was never even trying to make. Because fuck it. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Also, the movie I was thinking of was Electric State.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get the dead brother out of the computer. Yeah.
So he does that. He gets they get it. They just get it. So they have a tree and they make it, and they're like, yay, we got it. So
where did they get it from?
Like Alaska.
The computer.
I don't know.
They got the tree from the computer.
Yeah. So Dellinger like surmises this, I guess, or like he hacks NCOM. They're doing like a demo for a new video game that's coming out, and Evan Peters basically figures out that they have the replicator code. So he makes Ares a real boy and is like, go get me the replicator code.
Go, my corporate branded minions. Go publicly kidnap this billionaire.
And I think it takes like 2 attempts, but like basically he does, right?
Well, how does he capture her?
So there's a big chase, whatever, with Ares and Ares' sidekick Athena, the Greek gods. So she gets to a point where she has the code on a USB, and she's like, all right, she breaks it and then throws it in the water, and it's like, you can't have it now. But then he digitizes her, brings her to the Dellinger world, the Dellinger Tron or world, whatever, where it's all red because it's evil. And it's like, well, she knows enough of the code that like we can just extract it from her. But if we extract it from her, she'll die. And then Dellinger's like, okay, do it anyway. During this journey,
wait, real quick, how do they get her into this digital world? Because I do think this is important.
Oh yeah, like a little proton gun.
They just shoot her from a helicopter with a laser beam.
Yeah,
and then she disintegrates into the digital world. Doesn't really have much to do with what Ares was up to.
Of like 20 cops.
Yeah.
Something I didn't mention but is important is during Ares' travels in the real world, he is becoming like having the emotions of a real boy. So he like sees rain and it's like, oh, that rain, that makes me feel things. And it's like, he like while scanning Eve, he sees like these videos and texts in her life, and he's like, oh wait, this is a person who has feelings and stuff, and maybe that I have feelings, so now I have feelings. So he essentially also he sees a quote from Frankenstein, which means that he's a god or whatever. So when Evan Peters is like, kill that bitch, he's like, no. So then he like rescues her, and they go on like a daring mission to escape, which they do seamless-ishly. But then, so now the clock has started for the 29 minutes, and it's obviously Ares' last 29 minutes because he would be destroyed once he's sent back to the program. Diggins, do you have something?
No, I was just being like, whoa.
Oh yeah. Great. Okay. So now the plan is she's like, okay, we're going to send you to the original grid, which we have still, where you can talk to someone, or you can find a replicator code, or to find the permanence code to make you a real boy. Because we are going to turn you, Ares, into a real boy.
Because the thing I found it from was a backup of this server that we have in my office building that I work from usually. And Ares isn't like, so why did you go to Alaska to look for it then when it's all right here? And she didn't
already
say,
had
shut
it the
up.
whole time.
Yeah.
You had it the whole time, you dummy. So they do that. They get him into the grid. But Athena is after them and is just on a fucking killing spree. And Evan Peters is just like basically making like Athenas and soldiers en masse to go after Eve and basically kill her or capture her so she can get the code.
He's not necessarily doing that, is he?
Well,
pretty sure Athena just does that on her own.
Yeah.
He makes them the first time.
Yes. Right, yeah.
And then she kind of goes wrong. I will say we get a little bit of a fake out where she feels the like the sprinklers go off in the office, and she feels like the equivalent of raindrops, and then you get a fake out is she gonna start feeling or whatever? But no, shut up, that's not what's gonna happen here. It was just a way to buy time and rescue Eve.
Yeah, and it seems like when they die, when they get like after the 29 seconds, they're just completely deleted and just a new guy exists. Right? They don't have the memories. Or do they?
No.
It's a program.
Ares definitely has his memories because he asks about the mission, the cool hacking job they did when he got blown up. And afterwards, then he's like, how come the things happened at a cool hacking job?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I didn't mention that part as Ares' growth, but yeah, they do a hacking job. There was a guy who was like wounded. It was like a Saving Private Ryan situation. But in this scenario...
Caius. And I'm like, you ran out of Greek gods after 2?
After 2. Yeah. Yep.
So we had a Saving Private Ryan situation, except Evan Peters decides to blow up Private Ryan. So
yeah,
Ares feels a ways about that. So that is also part of his transformation to becoming a real boy. Okay, so Athena now has decided that she is beyond Evan Peters' control. Now she is in control because Evan Peters is like a a weak shit kicker.
Well, because he told her, do this job by any means necessary.
Yes.
And she's like, I have
computers.
to fulfill my directive. And so like, I don't have to listen to you telling me to stop because I am taking any means necessary.
Yes. What this essentially leads to is her going on a war path, which includes killing Evan Peters' mom. Didn't really talk about her, but she is like a board member of Dellinger who is like, at some point, you can't do this, son. Like, she's always there hovering, telling Evan Peters what he's doing is bad.
Which, to be fair to her, it is.
She's absolutely right. You shouldn't kill your rival CEO. You shouldn't do all these crimes in broad daylight.
I was going to say, or at the very least, don't do it with your corporate branded assassins in broad daylight.
So that unfortunately leads to her demise, and then Evan Peters is very sad about that. Athena now just goes on a rampage, which is insane. We will probably talk about it during the wheel chunks, but she essentially amasses an army that will only live for 29 minutes in the big bracket that Nando mentioned. That descends. I don't even know what city. Are we in LA? I don't know what city we're in, whatever city. But it's basically just to attack NCOM and capture Eve, and it's totally insane. Fighter jets are called in. It's so crazy, and the plan is just like to get Eve. Meanwhile, all right, getting down to it. Ares has a very lovely conversation with Jeff Bridges and gets the permanence code. But that means he's on his like last life or whatever. Like if he dies, he'll be dead forever.
Not for no reason.
Yeah, and
because he's permanent, you know,
it's impermanent
or impermanent. Yeah.
What about the permanence code makes it so he doesn't pop back up when he's destroyed? Why would that change?
I don't know.
Because he's a real boy.
These rules are so inconsistent.
But a real boy.
So he gets zapped back. He rescues Eve. There's essentially a big old fight. Where Ares like saves the day by being better than Athena and killing her. You'd think there'd be some kind of resolution. Like there's this really sad part at the end where Athena's like, but I filled my directive and this is my reward. And Ares is like, yep, die. It's like, she's like, she did her job as she was told. And she's like, this is my fucking reward for doing my job. And there's just nothing there.
Life has no meaning. Yep. End of the movie.
And yeah, so that's basically it. Eve gets to be a cool CEO. We'll talk about the implications of having the Star Trek replicator. They like Diggins said, they think it's something totally different from what it is. Jared Leto, Ares, now is just a wanderer. Like he's sending a postcard from Italy or whatever, and is just in his leather jacket and motorcycle.
What? He's just chilling. On a leather jacket? What?
Whoa.
How?
Crazy.
Well, he
used the replicator.
Yeah, oh, that's fair.
You can do whatever you want.
He just take his little suit off, apparently.
And I want to get this in the last 30 seconds. The cops, near the end of the movie, the cops descend on Evan Peters. He decides, fuck it, I'm going to go into Dellinger Systems. Oh, which, by the way, didn't talk about this subplot. Doesn't matter. The NCOM nerds have to nuke the Dellinger thing to like make everything like not come back again, so like the cycle of violence can stop. They successfully do, but Evan Peters digitizes himself and he is now the new villain for a sequel that will never happen. 15 minutes exactly. Is the podcast audience going to hear that?
I don't think so.
Aw.
They're gonna hear my reaction
to me probably. But they'll hear us and go, what could that have been? Pretty scary.
It was very scary.
Honestly, it's much better than I gotta step back from the mic from this. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
It's much better than that. All right, so clean up. What did I miss? I guess I really didn't talk about the nuking operation, but Eve has this like group of nerds led by Hassan Minhaj, and they are able to hack good. And they hack good to blow up the Dellinger Systems grid, or Tron, essentially.
It's Hassan Minhaj, the daughter from Yellow Jackets, and a third person.
Okay. Oh, is it the daughter from... Wait. Oh, yeah, that is the daughter from Yellow Jackets. The third person is the friend from Broad City who, like, is not Hannibal, but is the other, usually the fourth member of the Broad City crew. He was also in The Menu. He was one of the guys who did, like, like corporate crime or something and got the bank statement printed on his quesadilla. Remember that bit? That was fun. But yeah, that guy. And then the mom is Jillian Michaels or what's her name?
Anderson.
Jillian Anderson. Yeah, from like
Scully herself.
X-Files and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anybody else famous in this?
Certain influencer we'll talk about, right? Yeah.
We'll talk about him for sure. And and I guess Evan Peters. One thing that it's complicated, but the main character from the last one has been replaced by Eve, right? Like he's like he disappeared again or something.
They were like Sam Flynn steps down for personal reasons, and now these random other people are CEO, and that's all we hear about him.
So there's that, and then we also hear that when the Dillinger dad dies, he appoints Evan Peters instead of, I guess, Cillian Murphy, who was expected after the last movie to be the new head of this, but because the movie's bad and he's got too much other stuff to do, he didn't want to. But yeah, the last one he played Edward Dillinger Jr. Yeah, no, for sure. Don't be in it. Like if you can avoid it, try not to.
He's an Oscar now. He doesn't need to do Tron.
Yeah.
Like so okay, anything else I missed?
No, probably not.
The only thing is at the end he's going to be the new villain because the original villain is taking over his body. Maybe.
Yeah.
What was that? Like I don't understand what that was at the end.
So I didn't either, but I looked this up later.
Okay.
And it's the Sark program. Sark was the villain. The computer villain in the original Tron. And so the idea, and he was like, because the idea in Tron, which is not replicated in this movie at all, is the programs look like the people who made them. Because like they put some of their personality in it or whatever. So he was played by the guy who played Dillinger's grandpa or dad or whatever. Grandpa, I guess, because Gillian Anderson's his daughter.
Grandpa.
But he was just like an evil program that like worked to make the master control program take over the world or whatever is happening in that movie. So the idea is like, that program is still alive actually, and now he's taking over Dillinger's grandson.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like super evil and stuff. He was in the Kingdom Hearts one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Commander Sark. But no Tron in this, no Clue, no who's the other one?
Cora, the sexy baby.
No Cora, yeah, although we do get a bit of her in the end, right? Or something.
There's like a picture of her or something.
Yeah, he's like kind of look for her. I think we kind of suggested he's gonna find her in the sequel that will never ever get made.
No.
Nope. Not unless there's another strike.
Which, you never know. That's stuff happens.
Is Evan Peters bummed that he won't be able to keep being in these or whatever?
I mean, he's got good money. I feel like if he wants to, he can pull that Marvel ripcord and come back as what's his name?
Yeah, Quicksilver.
Quicksilver, yeah, forever. Also one other thing about Clue, or one other thing that like iconography of Tron. So like in the movies, Clue is Flynn, right? Like,
yes. He's played
what's
by
the name
Jeff
of what's the name of the control thingy? The big spinning head.
The master control program.
That's just master. Okay, yeah. So, have you ever seen that, DJ? The original. Yeah. So that's like a thing that also doesn't really show up in this outside of being a head.
The only thing they do in this, which is very silly, is that when Ares is born, Dillinger goes, "You are master control," and like I guess the true Tron heads are meant to be like, "Oh my god," but like it means nothing. So
yeah, it's pretty weird.
It's quite stupid.
And also, I forget if we mentioned this. The Kevin Flynn from this movie is not the Kevin Flynn from the other movies. Just kind of like an after image of him or something.
It's like a program he left behind in his computer.
I'm imagining he dies in the other one, but I can't remember.
In the one that you saw?
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's been a while, and so much stuff happens in that where a character could die or not die, and they just get disappeared into something. I can't keep track. But yeah, so otherwise, great job, DJ.
Thank you. Yeah, you're right. 29 minutes would have been 14 minutes of waste.
Yeah.
I'm getting pretty comfortable with these now. Like I feel, feel pretty good about them.
You feel like you could do them forever.
Yes, Diggins, I do. I am trapped. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. That is
you're trapped in here with you. Yeah, we can. Maybe I'll do the timer, but I won't show it to you next time. We'll see how much you got that 15 minutes down. It could be fun. And you'll just hear at some point, ooh, come through the thing, and you'll be like, "That must have been Halloween timer
Amanda,
or whatever."
Don't scare me.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the Thanksgiving timer. That's like, gobble.
Mm-hmm. We'll find out.
What an incredible turkey impression.
Thank you.
Something special. But yeah, do we have anything we could use? So many circles in this movie.
I know. Can we replace the wheel with a disc for one?
That'd be nice. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna spin the wheel, disc, whatever, and we're gonna go through our nitpicks and various sundry items. All right, everyone, we have the Tron disc wheel. It's like the wheel, but we dressed it up like a Tron disc for this one.
And wherever it spins, it like makes a big trail of wheel.
Yeah,
but since it's only spinning in one place, it like kind of does it. What would it do? It would have to like displace itself, I guess, or something.
Like cut itself in half at some point. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like how, remember in the end of the movie because in the beginning of the movie when they're doing the big fight with the laser blades, they like make kind of big trails.
Yeah.
And then they're able to like jump. But then in the end, when Jared Leto's doing the fight with the laser blades, it only makes a little trail because otherwise they'd have to choreograph where all the other trails are in the fight, and they didn't want to. So they just been, it's only about an inch further than the thing. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, because I can't tell if it's like better trails in the Troniverse, but at one point in the light cycle, they have a trail that cuts a cop car in half.
Oh yeah, no, the trails in the outside the Troniverse are great because they're able to cut they fight all the jets and stuff too, and like make all the little make that shield thing that little ceramic pot that they catch her in. So they got plenty of that. But anyway,
yeah. So we'll
is
see.
it a red one or a blue one?
I dressed it up as red, so because it knows what it did.
Oh shit! Yeah, that sounds like our wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It is lucky to be here. Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm gonna spin the wheel. Oh, and it landed on. Hold on, I gotta. This is an interesting one. It's a digital wheel this time, so it kind of comes up. It's like a loading thing, and it's okay. Okay, this sounds like an incredible opportunity. I want to talk about a certain someone.
Yeah.
In this movie, pretty early on during the investor pitch. At Dellinger Systems or whatever. So
I gotta ask, are you intentionally saying Dellinger?
What is it?
It's Dillinger, I think.
Dillinger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
sorry.
Yeah.
Dillinger.
Who's the famous Dillinger?
John Dillinger, the bank robber?
Right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's like him. Mm-hmm.
Of bank robbing thing. So Dillinger boy, Evan Peters, is pitching many investors on his cool make Pinocchio boy tech with his lasers, but they don't know about the 29 minutes thing. He's just like, it's warfare, 3D printed. Wow, amazing.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
And one of our investors is none other than Gary V, who I don't think he can't be playing himself, right? Like there's only like Gary V.
He's playing a character.
He's got a character name listed in his credits. So
yeah.
And he gets a speaking role asking, "Is it alive?" to Jared Leto, regards to Jared Leto Ares. And boy, what a treat, guys. What a treat.
Yeah.
So how immediately did you guys clock this when watching Tron?
So like there's a close-up shot that I can't remember how it happened, but one of the wide shots I saw it and I was like, that looks like him. But then I was like, well, is that just like what a kind of investor guy if you wanted to dress one up in a movie? Because he is an investor guy. But then I think and for the close-up, it must have been that I was like, oh, that's him. His name is Stuart Roche, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah, doesn't come up, but that is what the wiki will forever know him as.
He is easy to notice because unlike every other background actor in this scene and how background actors are supposed to be in general, he cannot stop moving and drawing attention to himself.
Well, it's Gary V. By the way, for those of you who are like, who's this Gary V guy? If you don't know, how would I describe him? He's like an influencer man who wants you. He wants you to be your best self.
He's a Sigma male. He's on that hustle grind set.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you guys ever tried that exercise where you remember, or where you imagine if your whole family was shot? In the face to motivate yourself to work harder or something.
Yeah, you do it every
he invented
day, every
that.
morning.
Yeah. He's
he might be on your social media feeds. He's
for sure.
He's a character.
I would say what most people know him for is like I think like he does like videos on Monday mornings and he's like, yo, let's go get it and hustle, and this is a Monday, so it's another week to kill it and get money or whatever. And then people find those somewhat, I don't know, inspiring.
A lot of people who I would consider myself friends with, they're like, I like Gary V a lot. I think he's cool. Like, I guess.
Have they considered that he's an insane man?
I suppose. I guess in some settings, maybe he turns down the insane. I don't know. He actually gave a talk at my job.
I remember he told us about.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, DJ, one of those people you're friends with who likes Gary V is your wife, right?
What? Oh, no. Let's not slander people on this podcast.
Everybody likes Gary V because he's cool and relatable, and we're all young and hip like him. Also, for people that don't know, if you never watched a video of his, watch it. But if you don't want to, that's fine. He looks like just some guy who like you would see at like a, I don't know, like
a Whole
playing
Foods
chess
maybe,
or something. Yeah, like at the park or whatever. He sounds like Charlie Kelly from It's Always Sunny. And he has that energy, that like high kind of like, what's going on? We gotta do this thing. So that's weird in this.
I'm gonna sit down and tell you how to change your life right now. Diggins and Nando, did you two know that between the two of you, there is an 800 quadrillion to 1 chance that you're on this podcast right now and that you're doing this, and you're gonna sit here and you're not gonna give your utmost effort to that 800 trillion to 1 chance? What are you doing? Come on, give all the effort, because you have this opportunity and no one else has it.
And you can get advice like that for the low price of like $20,000.
Ooh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, he always okay. So other stuff about Gary, but yeah, he does all that like kind of influencery stuff. He likes to kind of. He's not on the Shark Tank, but if you could kill someone and then take their skin really well, he would do that with someone on the Shark Tank. Probably Mark Cuban, because he's the largest one.
I assume Gary V's not at that level, right? He's like, because he's not a billionaire, right?
The Shark Tank is like bullshit, kind of. I feel like it's
I guess
it's that level of like, if people think you're rich and deserve to be on the Shark Tank, you could probably do it. Like, I feel like if like they started doing little spin-offs, or like how Hot Ones does that one where they like make you and the person eat wings in a room together without Sean. Like, if they wanted to do like little satellite shows, he would be good for one of those. True. I think he even had one of those for tech stuff, like for apps, where you pitch him apps. But he does
be on,
that.
Like, Piranha Tank.
Yeah, Piranha Tub too, or something. Yeah. So he does that, and then he also, as DJ and I know, and as many people would know from, you know, having experienced them this last week in the world, he's very well known for his NFTs that he is trying to parlay into some sort of like comic book character, like world of media cinematic empire universe thing. Yeah, called the V Friends. Which
I don't even know if they're NFTs anymore. They might just be.
They used to be, yeah, but they seem to
as NFTs.
As the NFT like market crumbled and as they became embarrassing and stuff, it seems like they tried to make them into something more.
Oh, they still have
palatable.
They still have them as the origin and future of V Friends collectibles.
But
they also have
future. Are you sure?
I mean,
are you sure about that?
I mean, if it was from someone in like a movie set in like a regular time, like if they were in like, you know, one battle after another, someone would be like, that guy doesn't know. But if it's in Tron, you're like, wow, this guy has the inside track on all the fun, cool future stuff. V Friends it's very funny because if I remember correctly, he was like, I want to make NFTs, but I don't want to actually do it. So he just scribbled some things and made like a little picture of a dog and went, "This is the dog," and then made that one of his NFTs.
They're literally like napkin scribbles he spent a handful of seconds on.
Yeah.
And that's how much respect he has for his audience.
And it's how much respect I think anybody should have for any NFT related stuff. So in that sense, it's cool, but in every other sense, it's pretty stupid.
Well, if he didn't actually sell them for large amounts of money, then I'd be like, that's funny. But he did do that, though. And people bought them. And
they're still going for like money. Like some of these are still going for like $5,000. It's crazy, dude.
How?
I don't know.
How were they ever? Like
speculation, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
The pump part of the pump and dump is how they were going for 5,000. I don't know how they still are.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the comics now because you can find them on the website as well. And I'm just trying to figure out who wrote it because unlike most comics, it doesn't have that on the cover. Or like the first or second page.
Now,
also,
there's two options.
Oh no, here we go.
There's two possibilities. Either Gary Vee fundamentally doesn't believe in crediting artists because he doesn't respect them.
Possible.
Or whoever wrote it doesn't want anyone to know that.
Yeah, I'd say that's also equally possible. So I looked it up. It's a person named DJ Kaufman. So
shout out to DJs out there.
Shout out to DJs. Yeah.
That's my pseudonym. DJ.
Let's Google this. And he's not. It doesn't seem like he's known for comics.
He made the Hero by Night comic book series.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it's that guy.
Number one notable works on his wiki is V-Friends. That's great.
And I mean, like that'd be like. That's what Stan Lee's website would have said if he had a website in 1950. It would be like mostly only known for Captain America and stuff. Oh, wow, that sucks. But then look at it now. So, in 60, 70 years, maybe Friends will be interesting or something.
We'll be all lining up to see the next VCU movie.
Oh, man. I'm going to read at least one of these comics because it looks pretty wild.
Well, I can't get over so
next Nando video, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the origin of different V-Friends and their place in the canon.
Oh, I can't wait. You got to spin up another YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Nando V-Cut or something.
Nando VV or something.
Nando VV. It's crazy to me. So his stupid NFTs go for like $5,000, but the comics, the actual, what you could argue is like there's some value because there's something there. They're free. You could either read them just as a downloadable PDF, or you could watch them on YouTube. You could watch the comic in like a 4-minute video. This is crazy. I know we're not talking about Tron Ares anymore, but I think this podcast has a interesting relationship with the Gary Vee-verse.
Well, DJ, I think that makes perfect sense. If you just look at it through the lens of the tech bro, venture capitalist investor mindset.
Okay. Yeah.
Art is fundamentally worthless. It makes you feel things, uplifts the human condition, as some would say is our entire reason for being. That's garbage. That's bullshit. That doesn't do anything for me. NFTs are a way for me to get the money from idiots.
I see.
That's so much more valuable.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get money from idiots from comics too. I mean, comics, I feel like the comic speculation bubble already popped in the 90s. It always tries to like re-exist and like, there's lots of, what's new in comics that I think is going to be a new stupid bubble is lots of blind bags now where you buy a comic and then a bag either has like a special variant or it's a sketch in it or something. I've seen those for a lot of books now. So we're entering the gotcha phase of comics.
I was going to say, everyone's just trying to find new ways to reinvent gambling.
Yeah. And it's working. It's because those comics sell really well, but also they usually tend to do it with comics that are already going to sell pretty well, like Battle Beast 1 or, DCKO or whatever. Anyway,
to
Gary
bring
Vee.
this back, I want to know, how did he end up in this movie? Who got him to be in this movie?
Great question.
I was looking it up because I was trying to figure this out myself, and the information is not as easy to find as you would expect.
He's not like super famous. He's not particularly attached to Tron in any way. Like, it's not like he's some like big outspoken fan who's always been like, guys, I love Tron. We're living in the Tron future in the next 5 years. In the next 5 years, you're going to be able to shoot yourself with a laser, and you're going to end up in the computer. And in the computer, you can play a game, and if you die in the computer, you die in real life. I don't think
you can buy a new life or something for yourself. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how
there was just open casting, and his agent or someone just got. I don't know.
That's a good point.
Maybe
very
like
possible.
There's always those like weird things too, where it's like maybe his brother knew a producer, and it got back to him. Right? There's like all those like weird like ping pong things of how those things wind up, and maybe he just like right moment, right time. It's just awesome.
He is one of those people who claims to be self-made but has a rich dad.
That's true. Yeah.
I would say my thing with this is like, and this is like a question I would ask I would ask him, is like, if you're a famous venture capitalist guy or whatever in the real world, do you want your character in the movie, who is supposed to kind of be you, to be at the presentation for the super warrior and like mega gun from technology guy's presentation? Because like it feels like that wouldn't be where you'd want to. And he doesn't go like, "Oh, this is horrible." He's just like, "Oh, okay, he's like,
whoa, a new slave? Awesome.
Is it alive?
Is it alive?
I hope not.
I hope so, because
I hope so. Yeah,
hard if it's a real slave.
I hope it straddles the line in a way that, makes it seem both living.
It's a Blade Runner, though, but I hope it can feel pain.
Yeah, and it can.
I hope he screams when he dies.
But yeah, he that feels like the thing that like part of me kind of figured when we saw him in the movie, because obviously I, like everybody else, took out my theater in the empty phone, or my phone in the empty theater, and then Googled to see if it was actually him. And when I did, I was like, oh, like he has a name. He's kind of high on the list on the IMDb. So like maybe he's going to show up later and have like a moment where he's like, hey, the other company's person, I know what they're doing. I'm a hero. You should, use your 3D printing technology to end scarcity or whatever. And then he'd be like, oh, okay. But instead, he's just there for that first presentation. I assume I bet he invested, right? Like, where's Dillinger get the money for those laser beams or whatever?
Yeah, right.
Probably from V-Friends and stuff. Do you think he's trying to make the V-Friends in real life?
That's it. He can make
that's probably what it is. Trying to get them out of the digital world.
That's what he was thinking when he saw the big 3D printer. He was like, oh, I can make my V-Friends real.
Mm-hmm.
Trusty troll will be here any moment.
Then I'll finally have actual friends.
And then I'll be able to create that Disney World I keep threatening everyone with. Because that's what he said before. It was like, you can use V-Friends to get into Disney World, but not regular Disney World, my one.
Yeah,
although he should probably have not been in a Disney movie if he wanted to not make that comparison. Maybe he's gonna merge V-Friends with Disney World, and like there'll be a Tron / V-Friends place in the new Disney California Adventure rebrand or something. That'd be pretty cool. Oh yeah, so that's a guy we love to see in movies, and unfortunately, up until now, has not been in any of them. But fortunately, is in this one.
Every movie we've watched, we've been hoping, like, man, I hope Gary V's in this one. And up until now, we've been disappointed. But finally,
and he doesn't have any other roles lined up either. You know, he could show up in something next year. You know, there's still time. They're still doing reshoots for Doomsday if he wants to show up in the scene where Iron Man or whatever, they've used a big laser that he's going to use to cut the planet in half. But if he is just secret, which makes sense because that's how they cast a lot of things now. It's like they don't reveal it until like a couple months before the movie comes out. Is there anything you can think of next year, 2026, that you'd like to see him in?
Well, we already talked about it, but maybe Odyssey, we could throw him in.
Yeah.
I just think if we go right now and attack Troy, it will be the greatest thing for us ever. We only have one life, and we should use it to attack Troy.
Which god would he be?
He wouldn't be a god. He's a little guy.
Well, I think if he was getting a part, he would pay for God part. Like, I think he would, but who's like a less, like, I mean, the way you're describing the way he speaks, it's like a Mercury kind of role or something, where he's just talking very fast.
God.
Yeah, that's true.
He means
Hermes.
We all know what he meant.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
That's right.
Who's the money god? Who's the god of money? Because that's the other option.
One of those, right?
There isn't really a money god.
Wow.
There's probably Athena, something like that.
They made all those gods. They didn't have one for money.
Technically, the god of like mineral wealth, like under the earth, is Hades.
That's true. And like, let's see, god of money, Greek. There actually is when you Google it. God of money and wealth is Plutus, who is the son of Demeter and the hero Ison. So, named Plutus.
Yeah, he could be a god no one's ever heard of.
I mean, it's a pretty cool. Now that I know this guy exists, it's pretty cool. It's alternatively the son of fortune god Tyche. So, yeah, I've never heard of this guy. What about you, Diggins? What do you want him to show up in next year? Because he's got some time.
I want him to show up in Passion of the Christ.
As what?
He can be one of the apostles.
Oh, okay. Well, because I guess even if they were in the old one, they would have to recast them since they're recasting the Jesus as well. So he's got options.
So like, there's no reason he can't be, Paul or John or Thomas.
He's got to be Thomas, 100%, because he's the one who wouldn't believe it. There's no way that's Jesus. Like, just can't believe it. It's not Jesus there. Everyone realizes.
That's a great point. I want to see him in Mercy. I think it's a tech movie. It's about a very online person who has to use the internet. Like, I think it'd be cool if really quick Chris Pratt calls him to see if there's anything on the NFT front. Any news from the V Friends, and Gary and the V Friends are in the background, like doing typing. Like, we don't know yet. We can't figure it out. We'll check back later.
It's like, you only have 90 minutes to live, right? And he's like, I gotta check on my investments.
Yeah, and then he goes back and he's like, wait, real quick, yeah, Gary, I want to live, but like, make me really, really want to live. And Gary's like, imagine your whole family shot in the head. Don't do that one. Don't do that one. A different motivation, please.
That one's
And the little the guilty meter ticks up a couple of boxes.
Shit.
Fuck. But yeah, it's wild that he's in this movie. It's his only credit. That's an acting thing. That's not something he made.
Well, I hope we see him more. Maybe the V Friends movie he'll have a cameo in.
Yeah, and in the same way that I have seen people say online that this kind of ruined Jared Leto's leading man career, I don't think this has ruined Gary V's leading cameo guy career. There's just chance. But
he could do more.
I disagree with that take anyway, because it implies that Jared Leto had a leading man career to ruin. I
mean, I believe, like, I agree, but also what happened here? Look
where we are. Yeah.
What did we just watch? It's there's at least one guy who thinks he does, and maybe it's Gary. Maybe he's going to be a V friend in the future, and that'll be how he makes his money. Really nice booth at Comic-Con though. Very, very big, giant, fancy purple
the carpets,
booth.
Oh my God, so plush.
Yeah.
They had the mascots. They did have the V Friends in real life. They did, Peppy Pumpkin or whatever.
Yeah.
I hate that all the V Friends have to be alliterative, but it's fine.
That just makes it easy to think of the names.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And you can only have so many. All right. I'm gonna spin the wheel again. Diggins, this is yours.
So we're actually staying in the same scene, because the one that just popped up on my digital display is a fantasy world where results matter.
Okay.
This is kind of a real granular one, because at the end of that scene, when we find out there's the 29-minute time limit and Jared Leto goes and dies, Gillian Anderson, Rich Boy's mom, is like, you didn't tell him about that. Lying to your investors isn't a business strategy. And I'm like, since when? That seems to be the main business strategy right now.
That's a great point.
That's true. Yeah. She said.
Yeah. How many times? In fact, I think it's Elon Musk's only business strategy. How many times has he told us we're like 5 years away from getting to Mars?
Oh yeah, 5
or
years.
those robots.
25
been
years.
saying it for like 25 years.
Yeah, and there's so many businesses that are built on like making people think it's valuable, and then the stock goes up, and then just kind of hang on for that one for a while.
AI is entirely built on the people who make it lying about what it can do and what it will be able to do soon. That's literally the entire business model, because it doesn't make money.
Yeah.
NFTs were that kind of.
Yeah.
So, even that one I would say that was more, no one really, at least with AI, it was like something you could have and go like, that's what it is. But no one really understood what NFTs were.
So like, sorry, you go.
I was just going to say, it's interesting here, and I might talk about this more, but like in the scenario of this movie where Encom is victorious and they make their, permanence 3D printer where they can just make orange trees wherever, like Encom's stock price should literally go into infinity, right? Like what the thing they have is invaluable.
It should, nothing should happen to it, because the concept of money should lose value entirely.
Yeah, that too.
Once you can make whatever you want, like for free, basically.
But a company has it, so they control it. They control the means of production. So,
yeah. Until somebody else builds one of those things, like if you get them to build you the laser, then you have the laser now. Like I wonder if you can. I bet you can't like submit custom things, but I would submit like, give me a tree, the orange tree, but then in the center of it, there's one of those lasers I can use to print whatever I want. And then you get that, and then you're a company now, and you can build whatever you want. You can build a laser that destroys their laser.
This is something I wondered, by the way, with the before it gets the permanence code, like it could still make the tree with the oranges. If I take the orange from the tree and like slice it up and I make orange juice and I drink it, like what happens? Like I had the orange juice. Does in my body, does it like digitize like and, like,
I think
away?
So. Yeah, I think any nutrition or anything
as it turns into digital stuff in your
tummy hurts.
But then it's kind of like, wait, is that good? Like it's food that you can eat, and then 29 minutes later, it's not in your system anymore.
It's good if you're like bulimic, I guess.
Yeah, like infinite snacking or whatever.
Oh God.
That'd be pretty good.
That's the other thing too. Like even with it's like, oh, you're lying to your investors. Like there is a strategy you could do with a 29-minute clock 3D printer, right? Like you could make explosives that are explosives, and then they did the damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is the ability to make anything, even for a limited period of time, out of nothing, because these aren't 3D printers, as far as we could tell, where they like load it up with goo. And the goo becomes the stuff. They're just laser beams that shoot into the air and out of thin air build stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally the Star Trek replicator. So like, even if nothing you build is permanent and goes away after 29 minutes, that's such an unbelievable technology that it would probably make you infinity money.
Yeah. I mean, if you had a gun that could print little bullets, they don't need to be there in 29 minutes.
Yeah, just fire them away. They can do this stuff. Yeah, sorry, that's weird.
So, like, it doesn't make sense, like, when you think about it, that he's like, I have to get the permanence code. That's the only way this is valuable. Both because it's insanely valuable already, and because you can just keep lying about it forever. There's no consequences for doing that in this world.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you just never release it. It would be like, oh, it's really even cooler, but it's 4 years away. And then
I just need another $5 billion from my investors, and then it'll be totally ready. And because as I've said many times, venture capitalists are the stupidest, most credulous people on earth. They would give them that.
And there could even be like a demo on screen where like Jared Leto, the actor, walks on like a stage. It's like, I'm from the computer. I've been alive for 30 minutes. And everyone's like, oh my God, he's been alive that long? It's like, yeah. So, buy me if you want.
And then at minute 59, I have to run now. Bye.
Yeah.
It is crazy that the leap is from 29 minutes to forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's no gradual improvement.
Yeah, I feel like,
Also, no downside.
Well, yeah, there's no downside. I do think there's other ways to like, they're just things that they're not doing to, because like they want to make food or murderers or something.
Yeah.
But like, what about like, like a sex doll or something? Just throwing it out there.
Whoa.
Those don't need to exist for more than 29 minutes. In fact, after 29 minutes, you probably want that thing gone,
Or
so
slaves.
there's things you can 3D print that I think, if anything, people would be excited that they're gone in 29 minutes, and I think that's a market. I wouldn't.
Maybe you don't need them for more than 29 minutes.
That's true.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
Yep.
But yeah, that is something to think about when it comes to that. So yeah.
All right, well, let's get to the next wheel slice here. Nando, it's yours.
Okay, so this is also a good thing to be around here, because this is where I started noticing this in the movie, like this early bit, and then just kind of kept tracking it. This wheel slice just says, "Don't bother world building." It's really interesting how much, outside of laser beams that can print Jared Leto's, this world is exactly our own otherwise. Like, there's no technological, like, it isn't like Minority Report where they also have flying cars and they also have special guns or whatever. Like, it really is just like, what if you drop 2 of these lasers into the real world, and then that would be what would come from this. And like, I don't know. I don't think like a Tron movie needs to have a little bit of special effects or like a little bit of like sci-fi stuff in the real world, but I can't imagine in a world where you can use this printer laser technology to create things from the grid. And that is the thing that's interesting about it. It's like they're pulling things out of the grid and they can't last more than 29 minutes. But I imagine you can use the laser to just print a little, a little hat, and where it's a real hat, like, or you like 3D printing technology, I imagine, has come pretty far if we're able to do it with lasers. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand why they all don't have flying cars and shit. And I guess if they did, it would make it really boring when the big flying car shows up and it's like, hey, I'm from the Tron grid, and it starts wrecking shop, and you'd be like, well, they can beat it with theirs. But it's just, it's annoying to me that like there's no world building at all.
Well, especially you consider this is a world where for 42 years it has been possible to laser yourself into the computer.
Yeah.
And like, that's not even a thing.
Yeah. Do people know, when do people find out you can laser yourself into a computer?
I mean, I haven't watched those other movies, so I don't know when it becomes public knowledge, but at least at this company, at Encom,
yes,
they've known it's been possible to laser yourself into the computer for 42 years.
Yeah, they, because in the first movie, it happens to Kevin Flynn. Second movie, Son is looking for Kevin Flynn, doesn't know he lives in the computer, gets lasered into the computer himself. So yeah, there would be people at the company, like the what's his name? The original Dillinger, who would know how this works. And then, yeah, everybody around it. I mean, if you're getting to like the part of the process where you invite Gary Vee to the investor meeting, like a lot of people have seen the laser printer and like the Jared Leto guy. So yeah, it's, I don't know what I would have wanted from this, because it's so vague what the future is and like what the technology is. That like, I wouldn't want better iPhones or like 3D glasses or whatever, but I feel like I'd want something, and there's nothing.
I also, like, to your point of like, this technology is crazy and like should be changing things already. Like, part of Rich Boy's pitch is that he is, before he gets to Jared Leto, he's like, we have this super tank that could destroy anything and is so cool and definitely isn't a Cybertruck. But then, 29-minute problem. But if you're laser printing it like that, then you must know what it's made of and its design,
right? Because
it wouldn't work if you weren't able to tell the laser to make the specific things. So why don't you just build those? You can build those without lasering them from the computer.
And also, how do you get them from the computer? Like, Is there like a little inventor version of you in the computer that's inventing the tank and then just putting it through like a portal, and it's like, this is the new thing, and the people on the other side of the portal are just like, oh cool, a tank? Or do they go like, I want a tank with these specifications? Because like there's still guys in the computer, right, that are not,
the guys are programs, right?
Yeah, I
right.
mean, presumably everything that's in the computer was programmed by a human. So somebody made and designed this tank.
So somebody made Jared Leto?
Yeah. Dillinger did.
Yeah.
Or at least according to him.
By
knowing how rich boys are, he probably paid someone to do it and then was like, I did it.
I guess for me, it's like, did he invent
and then
a program? yeah, and they fired him. Made him sign an NDA. But is there a program that he made that was just like kill equals guy, and then when that gets printed by the machine, it turns into Jared Leto? Or did he actually also draw like, and he's got a beard and he's got eyes like this? Because it kind of feels more like it's the first thing, and then it gets made. But then what we don't know, like, is in the computer. All of our programs are little guys right now. But then when you make the laser, you just pull them out and it's like, oh my God, Photoshop. And Photoshop's like a guy. But yeah, I don't know. This movie is boring. I think the world building here is only a problem because this is this is the only movie that takes place mostly in the real world. So like, it doesn't feel like a cool future movie. It doesn't feel like Tron if there's no Tron stuff happening besides just Jared Leto's wearing a big Power Rangers costume, which, to be fair, he is. And there's a big laser beam kite flying after him. But besides that, for most of the movie, it just takes place in, Toronto or whatever.
Yeah, whatever nondescript city this is.
Yeah, Atlanta or something. You never know. Could be in London these days. But yeah. So I thought that was bad. That's all I got. Want to spin the wheel again?
Yeah, let me spin the wheel again. This one of my favorites, Bike Foo.
Oh yeah.
While oh my God, it's not Chloe, but it's similar.
Eve.
Yeah, Chloe.
Very Eve, similar to Chloe.
Yeah, they're like the same.
Both have E's in them.
Yep. Well, she's being chased by Athena. At one point, so I think this is while she has her own bike. She like revs up her bike and like launches it at Athena, and it hits Athena, and they're in like a parking deck, like the fourth story of the parking deck, like at the road part, and then it hits Athena in the face, and then she falls 4 stories to the ground. Now, we know she's a program, so whatever, but like Eve doesn't know she's a program. Like Eve, I assume, thinks she's being chased like by a person, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so is she just down with like straight up murder? Because she knows that move is going to kill whoever it hits.
Oh, DJ, she's a billionaire. Do you have any idea
how
many people she's killed?
Okay, I see. So, but like literally, like with a motorcycle.
I mean, maybe this is the most direct murder she's ever done, but it's certainly not her first.
Maybe this is just how she gets rid of a motorcycle when she's done with it. Like she drives it to a place and then just drives it off the road and expects somebody to get it or something like that. But that's why she's so good at it.
She seems like a cool billionaire, right?
She does. She's one of the good ones, we can trust her. Yeah, I feel like we can assume she's probably done this before to like other corporate spies, because it seems like Dillinger would just send a guy after her if he wanted to, if he had something, she even before permanence code stuff, if she had just invented like a little battery that makes the laser work a little better, I feel like he would just hire like 50 mercenaries and give them a bunch of guns and shit and just go get her. And that's how their corporate espionage works. And then so she probably has to learn karate and all kinds of cool like Krav Maga and shit to defend herself from all the various predators in the world, machines and otherwise. They're being sent by Quicksilver.
Okay, well, I guess I didn't consider the billionaire-ness of it all, but I guess that's why she's so comfortable with murder. So
you have to understand. Also, part of the reason why she's able to empathize so much with Jared Leto is she already doesn't see most humans as fundamentally people.
I see.
That's true.
These are not things I considered, but these are great points, Diggins. Maybe next time I watch Tron Ares, I'll watch it through a totally different lens now.
There are many layers to the movie.
That's one of those sentences. Maybe next time I watch Tron Ares. It's the first time it's ever been said. It's cool when that happens.
I did have one other quick point on this. So she has the permanence code on her. It's crazy that her plan is like, I'm just gonna get on a bike and go. Like that's not a plan, lady. Like I don't know. Why
doesn't she just have like her whole security detail waiting at the airport to take her to the bus?
Right.
Yeah.
These movies always, it's so annoying how the scale of them is so weird. How Jared Leto and like this and Athena are the two guys that can run after you. And then there's a couple of other versions of them. But like, she doesn't have her own giant army of guys that she just calls. Like, I think if each of us had $1 billion right now and we got 20 minutes, we could assemble an army of like 1,000 people via like Twitter or Fiverr or something.
Like,
and like,
I will
it would
give
be
you
an amazing army, but it would
here,
exist.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she's just throwing money out for like, give me $10,000 for your phone. She should also be like, oh, and also I'll give you $1 million if you kill a lady in a kite who's following us or something. Use the gas station, blow the gas station up. I'll buy the gas station. Doesn't matter. Put a little sign outside the gas station that says Jared Leto is here, and then blow him up, because that would solve my problem.
I guess she's like the least billionaire. You know, she used those powers to protect it. So, all right, that's all I have here. I'll spin the wheel again. Vroom, Diggins, this one is you.
I landed on one of mine here called Implausible Deniability, which is that rich boy, Julian Dillinger, his plan is insane.
Yeah.
His plan is to take his corporate branded, like, fake people that he just showed to a bunch of people, which include U.S. government officials, because there are military people there. So that, like, the government knows that these are his guys that he made from the computer.
Yeah.
And send them publicly on the road in their futuristic motorcycles, which are, again, his corporate branded thing, to mess up a bunch of cops and try to capture one of the richest and most famous people on Earth in broad daylight.
Yeah.
How does he expect that to end?
I mean, I think he expects that if he kills her or gets the permanence code, they'll just do what he wants. Or maybe this is a military that's also been taken over by like Pete Hegseth and a bunch of dumbasses who like can be convinced to like do it because he said
she was with Hamas,
right,
so
right.
Yeah, she hates America or whatever, or Canada, wherever this movie takes place. And
like, there's a point later when they're like, "Oh, if we take the code from her, she might die." And he's like, "Would there be any trace of her?" He's like, "No." It's like, so it's like, so they couldn't trace it back to me because they couldn't find her. And I'm like, you publicly just kidnapped her. If she then disappears, people can draw a line from that first dot 2 inches over to the second dot that you killed her.
Well, yeah, and also people don't know, or it's not clear how much people know in the universe. You can beam somebody into the computer anyway. So if you saw someone shoot her with that laser and she disappeared, you would assume they killed her. Like, I'd be like, oh yeah, they atomized her or something into little blocks. So, but I guess in that sense, then they're like, well, what are you going to do? I'm the only person who can make robot guys, and I'm the only one who knows how these lasers work. So I'm the king of the world now.
And like, if it was some like first movie Daniel Flynn type, like, oh, the person who found the permanence code was some random hacker out in this little city, and he'll be like, I'm rich and I can buy my way out of any trouble I do to some random person. I think that would be fine. Like, I would believe he would be evil in that way. But again, he's doing this to an incredibly rich and famous person. Crimes against those people count, Julian. Those are real crimes.
Why? Now that I think about it, why didn't the movie just have her be some person? She doesn't use her billionaire stuff for anything interesting.
Yeah,
she has like big dreams, but you could just have big dreams and go, if I ever get the laser, I'll be able to use it to make trees or whatever, and like they'll be permanent.
Yeah, but here's how you do it. Hasan Minhaj is the CEO, and he's focused on games. And she's like, Eve, stop doing your dumb little 3D printer laser. And she's like, no, this is important. She's like a small, low-level like lab rat. But then she like proves her worth to Hasan Minhaj.
Big fan of Flynn, who like has all his stuff in her office, or like at home she collects all his bullshit, so she already has the computer we're gonna need for later. But because then that would also show that collecting stuff is valuable, and you should buy all your Tron stuff at the store.
Absolutely. But billionaires are the best, most heroic people on earth, guys. We have to have our hero.
That's true.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it is weird now that I think about it, because like even the first movie programmer, right? Not that part doesn't matter as much, because like there's no Tron expectations in the rest of the world. They're not trying to invent Tron, I don't think. Second movie, billionaires, or like Flynn's son, who is like kind of on the rocks and like not put together. But like if you just invented like a third movie, the character could just be like another kind of Flynn type, who does computers really well.
The character isn't like his son again. It's a random new person.
And then you could just say that like fucking Dillinger killed his son or something. And like that's why the company, that side of that company just kind of exploded, is because it doesn't exist anymore because Dillinger took it over. And like, and Hasan Minhaj could be
there doesn't need to be a second company at all. It can be like Dillinger took over Encom.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like Dillinger's taken over Encom, and then like Hasan Minhaj is her boss, who is from Dillinger, who's kind of like been absorbed. Like Dillinger's been absorbed into, or Encom's been absorbed into Dillinger, and he's like from that company. And he's like, all right, you got to build me more games, and it'd be funny. You could do a thing too where like they're building games, but like in reality, she's building Jared Leto's or something, and they're printing out all the game guys in real life, and she's like, I feel like this guy that I'm fighting in the real life is from that video game we're playing, but it's secretly a front for the U.S. military to like create super tanks and stuff. And then it would make sense why she'd be able to fight them better than the average person, because she knows what they are. Because besides the very end, I feel like nobody ever figures out what's going on in this movie. Like those pilots that exploded are still like, people are watching going, what happened? I guess they got exploded by aliens or something.
Right? Like, what was that big bracket that came flying toward the city?
And why did no one would be like, branding of Dillinger security?
Whatever. That's a coincidence. That stuff happens all the time.
False flag.
They must have seen our greatest company from space and gone, we should brand it like them. Also, now that I think about it, why do they glow at all?
Because that makes it cool in future.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want the enemy to see your big brackets hovering like
in
front of you.
It's incredibly stupid. Like, we figured out 200 years ago that, if we wear big, bright, colorful uniforms, then everyone can see us really easily, and that's bad.
Yeah, there are a couple of fight scenes, and like there's one in the beginning of the movie where they're in the computer, I think, fighting kind of each other, and it's kind of smoky, but you can see who they are because they're the colors that they are. And if you just had a gun that could shoot them, which none of them seem to have, you could kill them all in like one sitting, just boom, boom, boom. But instead they have to throw their frisbees at each other and stuff, which is pretty cool.
All right, I'm gonna take another spin at this wheel, and Nando lands on yours.
So this is just this may be the most important line in the movie. This is the Honda Civic 2.0 4-cylinder, the 140 horsepower classic. What the fuck was this? Is this a car I could buy right now? Because like it seems like must be, but like it didn't look particularly future-y. It wasn't like an Iron Man where he's always driving whatever 2 years from now's Audi is going to be. It's just like a regular Honda Civic, but he's like, he knows it's the best car you can use to get away from an evil kite. And he's like excited that they're in it. Also, it's not a classic car. It isn't even in this world. Like all the cars kind of look like this. They're not future cars. So this doesn't count. But yeah, all that stuff I said is real words that come out of his mouth.
Yeah. Jared Leto says that when he steals the Honda Civic.
Like, this character too, like, because he's not like, oh yeah, so the Honda Civic 10th generation existed from 2015 to 2022. So it's like not a current one. I mean, it is, I guess, so that in that way it's classic. But there's certain things that Jared Leto's character says, having like been a human for like 20 minutes, where he's like, I like this music, but not this music. And like, I have appreciation for Honda Civic, but not van. And it's all really arbitrary, but this one specifically feels extra arbitrary.
My favorite example of that is later when he's talking to Jeff Bridges. He uses an idiom. He says, it's hard to put in a nutshell, which is not like robotic technical term, is like a human idiom. And then Jeff Bridges goes, you could say that again. And he goes, it's hard to put in a nutshell. Like, so how do we determine which human phrases and idioms you understand?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
And also, it's hard to put in a nutshell. Is it really an idiom, right? Like, in a nutshell is the idiom, or like to put in a nutshell is the idiom. But like, it's hard to put in a box, or it's hard to put into words. That's the idiom for that. And he keeps saying the nutshell one in this, and it's like, you even know what nuts are, boy? Like, you've never think of nuts at the computers.
And like, I can't say I was paying attention for this. Maybe this happened and I missed it. I don't think anyone says like in a nutshell to him where he could have like picked it up.
No,
I don't think so either. So yeah, that was weird. What was the music that he liked? Do you remember?
Depeche Mode.
Right.
I like
Have
how
they ever done the music for one of these?
There's no way.
I don't think so.
Who did the first one? Probably not Depeche Mode. Although they're pretty old. They were active in the 80s.
I don't think there was like a band that did the first one. Like, I think that was only a thing with Tron Legacy and Daft Punk.
Well, I think the first one had a famous person that did the music for it, but I don't think it was a band. But yeah, then why does he like Depeche Mode? Because that's fine, I guess. But that was weird. What other music? What was the other band that got name checked? It was like, was it like Mozart is cool? And he was like, I like Depeche Mode instead of Mozart. That sucks. I mean, ugh.
So
yeah,
Journey did a song in the first Tron, but not like they didn't do like the soundtrack. They just did a song. So
cool.
Yeah.
Good for them.
I think it would have been really funny if instead of Depeche Mode, he was like, I'm really fond of the classic musical stylings of 30 Seconds to Mars.
That would have been amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think their musician did anything wrong.
I don't believe any of the allegations against their singer.
I have talked to the Mercy bot, and it says it is a 0% guilty for that guy. So everybody chill. Or I'll be being really mean to him for no reason. But yeah. Yeah, as far as sponsorship in this movie, so Honda Civic probably. Is there anything else that got a really goofy like bit? Like, because this is a machine that can print anything, but it's not like Transformers where they make the real motorcycle. Yeah,
Ducati is a real motorcycle brand.
Yeah,
and it gets some loving shots of that branding.
It does.
Yeah. That is for sure a thing. But that's probably it, right? And Rubik's cubes, I guess. There's a lot of those. But
yeah, because the 80s was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no point knowing anyone.
80s, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Tron, the movie Tron, gets a lot of what feels like product placement.
Yeah,
like,
but it's kind of negative product
for
placement.
the fake Space Paranoids game. There's like the con.
Oh yeah,
there's like people in the audience dressed up like Tron.
Oh really?
Well, wait, really?
There's at least like one guy in like the old school, like I guess it'd be Clue, right? But you know, with the
yeah, I didn't know that outfit. It's like
looks like a long R2D2, I guess. But
I do want to say, like, really minor, not worth a wheel slice, but they treat it as like a big thing, like, oh, company in trouble, CEO not showing up to the game launch. And I'm like,
yeah.
Since when do the CEOs show up to the game launch?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, you have the designer there, not the CEO.
Yeah, this is exactly what Hasselmanage is for, too. Like, he's like your slick kind of presentation guy that you would hire. I mean, realistically, you would want to have, like, her assistant would be the guy. He would be the Phil Spencer or whatever of these, who would kind of awkwardly bumble through a presentation and be like, oh, pretty cool. Yeah. But, yeah, it doesn't feel like if she was there, it would really add much to it, especially because she doesn't seem super invested in the game. Like, I can't imagine she makes the update videos about the new patches and stuff. She's busy inventing trees in Antarctica or whatever. So
yeah, that's a small company or whatever, right? Yeah.
Also, like, what is this game supposed to be? Is it like Fortnite or something?
I have no idea.
It's a reboot of one of the games from the original movie, so I guess whatever that is.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Also, I feel like Hasselmanage in this scene where the presentation goes down, he just needs to sell it a little better and be like, oh no, the new patch just went live, everybody. You can get out of that room without looking like it's a mistake.
Yeah, be like, uh-oh, the evil, whatever the villains in the movie are, they're trying to shut us down.
Everybody get out your credit cards. Yeah.
If you spend enough money, then the space paranoids will win.
Yeah. But instead he just he freezes. Which is, I guess that's how a lot of these presentations tend to go. Is like a robot falls over on the steps and then everybody just looks around and then a big curtain comes and covers everything.
And then everyone pretends it went well and gives them $1 million.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, that's all I got there.
All right, I got I'm gonna spin. This is like a big chunk because it's a lot of little chunks. So the wheel slicer says big dumb fight, and there's just a couple things I want to talk about this big dumb fight at the end. So the big bracket comes for them, right? And I guess like whatever defense force government intervenes is like, all right, let's send 2 jets, and they just shoot missiles at this thing over the city. I can't imagine that's protocol. Right, like there's no evacuation. Right, it's just like,
yeah. By the way,
let's go.
These jet pilots. This is 9 Inch Nails.
Oh, okay. Good for them.
Okay.
Are there only 2 guys in 9 Inch Nails?
Yeah, that's just Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
I just kind of assumed that's interesting. I assumed it was those 2 guys plus like 4 guys who don't matter. But it's just the 2 of them.
I mean, they definitely like, have people who play instruments for them, but they're not like part of the band, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. They do. The bracket does blow up a helicopter, I think, at some point.
Yes,
right?
so that's another thing I have. Helicopter like flies in front of the bracket and just kind of like hovers there, and I'm like, helicopter, what's your plan, dude? You're definitely going to die. Unless you're there to like get some footage. This was so messy at the end, and also visually, just like red vomit everywhere. At one point, Eve gets like trapped by the lines that I forget if like Athena and her goons made them.
Yeah,
but also
she shoots like little missiles that whirl around her and make the lines that make her not able to escape.
Yeah. At some point she would have been crushed to death by rubble because buildings are just like falling like down.
Yeah.
And like there's rubble everywhere. It's like she would have died. Like that there was a bit of rubble inside. It's like, oh, I guess we can't get the permanence code. So that's a thing. And I guess like my last thing with this like big dumb fight, we already kind of talked about it, but like what do people think? Not like what happened in retrospect, but like in the moment, like what is happening, right? They must think it's like some kind of alien invasion, right?
Yeah, for
I think it's aliens.
Yeah.
Especially because like they look like what aliens would look like.
Yeah,
like they have like design thingies that are like kind of distinct, but you don't recognize it from anywhere. And it's like a big stupid
for
bracket.
No reason and be kind of geometric and polygonal for no reason.
Yeah. So I guess this is maybe the Jets too. It's like, fuck it, we don't care who's over the city, just bring down the aliens.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I guess with the Jets too, my thing is like the Jet guys try to shoot lasers at it, but then it turns out that it uses its own kite jets to make laser trails that block that block the missiles, you know, and then it uses those. Like, it's weird how much this movie, it seems like it's like, oh, we've invented the greatest soldiers ever. No, you haven't. You've invented a plane or a car that leaves this big trail of goo in the shape of a thing behind it. And if you get in front of the guys, they're fucked. But besides that, like, not too much of this is special. The only reason any of this goes well for anybody on the bad guy team is because no one knows what any of this is. But, like, I feel like this is the kind of thing where if you had a sense for, like, oh shit, it's one of those big thingies with the, like, laser beams coming off of it, and, like, you would be able to beat those things, but no one is even expecting them. So, like, when that jet ends up in the, like, kind of stream behind the kite, and it starts making the lines, it traps the jet. The jet's just like, oh, I don't know, but, like, there would be some sort of, you know, plan for that otherwise.
Right.
Also, the jet crashes into the big bracket, and that makes the bracket crash. So
yes,
like, 2 jets did succeed in taking this thing down in the end anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Not efficiently, but they did.
Also, like, I mean, it's not a trade you want to make, but it's very, very destructible, it turns out.
And, like, it's not a very good weapon either. Like, it's good if you want to trap somebody in a little ceramic bowl, but, like, if you actually want to wage war against a city, it's pretty slow, pretty easy to see, and it just has lots of big
is vulnerable to conventional explosives.
Yeah, so super gettable. But also, what was I thinking? Oh, it's weird how sometimes the laser beams immediately cut a car in half as if they're really hot, and other times you can kind of bump into them, and they're not like that. Because it feels like when they're driving, the reason that they cut the cars in half is because they're so something, and whatever it is, if you're not in that situation, you can just pound on them and they're fine.
I assume they're just, like, the edges are really sharp.
That makes sense. Yeah. That's true. How thick do you think they are?
Ooh. Well,
are they like 1 micron thick or something?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they're that sharp to cut something in half, like, maybe it is that they're very thin, right?
Yeah, if they're like monofilament, that can cut like anything.
And then then it just should. Yeah, if you put a little bit of force on it or something, it'll just go through the ground. The whole thing is weird. This is why none of the movies did this, is because it's kind of stupid.
Oh yeah,
but
it's this whole thing.
Oh yeah, the fact that they make the light trails in real life raises so many questions.
Yeah,
like, what are those? How do they make them? What is the physics of this situation?
It can't
when it's
be
in the
light.
computer. It doesn't matter because it's in the computer. Like, it's made up. But in the real life, it must have some kind of science behind it.
Yeah,
or it's magic. That's the other option.
Or it's just magic.
Alien goo magic.
All right. I guess I'll spin again. This is more Diggins.
Yeah, so I have one here called Cyberstalker.
Okay.
And let's talk about how Jared Leto in this movie and in real life is a big old creep.
Oh,
I forgot about this. Yeah. Not in real life, but in the movie.
Well, I said in real life and the movie.
Yeah, I knew about real life, but I did forget in the movie, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big old creep because he's like, and okay, well, let me describe what it is first. So, like, when they escape from Dillinger and they're like driving in the van and then in the car, he's like, I looked up everything about your life and hacked into your phone and read all your texts and I know everything about you. And she's like, that's weird. But they move on from it very quickly. And he just says all this like super personal stuff about her and like psychoanalyzes her, which I feel like is a thing he shouldn't be able to do because he's a robot.
Yeah. Unless that's what he's made to do, but it doesn't seem like that's part of his like programming is he can get on the battlefield and analyze everyone's credit cards and figure out what they like and then use that against them. Like, it's just a guy who can do backflips.
He can tell what specific problem each soldier had with their dad, so he can customize his demeanor to look like their dad.
That would be pretty sick.
And then say, I approve of you, son, and the enemy soldiers will cry.
That's actually a really good weapon, is if you could make the face of your guy in the war look like the dad of whoever's shooting at you. You'd never be able to shoot that guy.
But no, so he does all that, and it's like super creepy. But the thing is, like, in the movie where he's a super robotic, like not human at all, and only learns to be human over the course of the movie, like character, then you can be like, okay, well, he doesn't understand humans, so he doesn't realize that this is a big, weird, creepy thing to do. But
yeah,
he acts too human way too quickly for that to be an excuse. Because like this is the same scene where he's like, I think Depeche Mode is really cool, and this car is a classic. So it's like,
Civic.
So you understand some stuff about humans already, but you still did all the cyber stalking?
Yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, like I feel like all of the things he knows should specifically be her opinions or something. Like when he gets in the Honda Civic, he's like, this is everyone's favorite car. And she's like, no, this is the car I had when I was 15. So I do know how to drive it, but like this isn't a popular thing. And she's like, oh, I've been built based on all of your, internet history and stuff. So this is the world I believe exists. And then he could be like kind of more of a creepy stalker. And he's her boyfriend though, kind of, in that one scene where she invents that as like a thing. Remember that?
Well, she says it as a joke.
As a joke, but for a second I'm like, is he though? Like, do you want to fuck the thing? And then I'm like, Barbie movie, does he have a penis at the end? Did he have a penis in the beginning? Did they build him a cyber penis? They gave him a cyber beard. Why wouldn't they give him a cyber penis?
Is that the permanence code? Is it the dick?
Is it the penis? Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes you think.
Yeah. Yeah. That part is weird. It's weird that he also talks about her sister so much. He's like, you loved your sister, and that's why you do science and stuff.
Yeah.
As if that's like a secret. I feel like anybody could tell her that.
Yeah.
She's on magazine covers.
It's also weird. About? It's also weird that he uses a quote from Frankenstein, which she was reading, to like become empowered.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
He
also,
should be reading Pinocchio.
Really trite of her to be reading Frankenstein, considering what she's doing.
That's true.
That too. Yeah.
Come on.
But yeah, the lesson of Frankenstein isn't it was good that we made Frankenstein.
Yeah.
It's that the guy who made Frankenstein probably shouldn't have made Frankenstein the way he did.
Yeah. He quotes it back to Dillinger. Is like, yeah.
Well, and specifically, isn't Frankenstein, if I remember correctly, doesn't Frankenstein have like a dead person in his life that he's trying to kind of compensate for by making the monster? It's like a dead son or something like that. I can't remember.
I think it's a dead wife.
Is it a dead wife? Yeah. So whatever it is, it's what she's doing.
Dead, like, fiance maybe.
Yeah.
I haven't actually read the book, so I'm not sure.
I read it in high school, and like I feel like there's something like that there. I don't know. We'll see the movie in a couple of weeks, and then we'll all know. But yeah, this is a cautionary tale. Frankenstein's a cautionary tale, and it's what she's doing, not what Dillinger's doing. What Dillinger's doing should be fine. But what Eve is doing is, Frankenstein-esque.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to spin this. Is this one last spin?
Is this the last thing? I think so, yeah. So let's spin it anyway. Yeah. Just so
his mother, not his wife.
His mother. Okay. Yeah.
It landed on Nando.
This is the last one. And this is the last thing in the movie. This is Jared Leto perfume commercial. So at the end of this movie, we watch what really looks like and is shot like, especially differently from everything else, a Jared Leto perfume commercial where he is like dressed like, I guess he's usually dressed, but like Johnny Depp or whatever. He has like a long beard and he's in like the middle of like a crowded city like Morocco or something. Drinking a nice.
Yeah, it's Italy, in a small cafe.
Yeah, drinking a cappuccino or something and writing postcards. And it's just like, this guy got real fashionable out of Tron. Like, way too fashionable, if you ask me.
Hey, how does he have money?
I was wondering.
Well,
maybe he can just get money out of any ATM.
Yeah, can he?
Because he is computer. Yeah. Also, the laser thing, he could have all the money, right? Can he just?
Well,
that's
but he
true.
Doesn't have the laser.
I'm sure she gave him. She probably wires him stuff. I don't know.
He just disappeared on her. She doesn't know. what he's
That's
doing.
true.
Maybe he laser
He
printed
sent the postcard.
$1 billion before he did.
Maybe he invested really quickly in her company, and then that became super valuable or something like that.
Like the stock went way down because of the attack, and then she announced that she created the Star Trek replicator, and the stock went way up.
It went to infinity.
So he should be investigated. I mean, we don't do that anymore because it would be...
Or they're in the future where money doesn't matter because you can make as many cappuccinos as you want. You could just...
Yeah, we don't see the scene where the guy with the replicator prints a cappuccino for him, but that's what happens. And yeah, it's a really, really, like you were saying, Diggins, loving shot of a Ducati that ends this movie.
It's at the end too.
Mm-hmm. Because I feel like the one that she has is probably like a somewhat modern one, but the one that he has is like a classic sexy one. It reminds me of like, and it feels like that Jurassic Park movie where the most recent one, well, not the most recent one, the one before that, where they're riding a motorcycle through the streets of like Italy. Also, riding from like Velociraptors. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was like a little bit of it, but it has that feel. Can you imagine, by the way, being one of the extras? Because there's so many extras in the scene. And they were filming it, and I was like, okay, what's this? They're filming Tron Legacy in our city. Wow, what's it going to be? Big giant laser beam? No, it's Jared Leto on a motorcycle, just driving down the street, looking like Jared Leto. Why does he have a beard at all? This really did bug me though. Why would you build this thing with a beard? Athena doesn't have anything, like barely has any hair whatsoever, which is how you'd expect these guys would look. Why give him a beard?
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
It's cool.
Yeah, because he just didn't want to shave his beard, so people wouldn't associate it with Morbius.
Everyone knows that having a full beard makes you really cool and sexy.
Apparently, yeah. And yeah, it was really weird. But yeah, the movie was great. And yeah, ends with a shitty perfume commercial.
And we all loved it.
Was there anything? Let's see. Were there questions about these movies?
Yeah, so I have one besides our standard one. So my first one is: are we getting another one? It took like 30 years to make the second one, and then 15 to make the third one.
Not for another 15 years at least.
Okay, yeah. All right. So 2040.
This was a massive bomb.
Okay.
Yeah, this was also a catastrophic bomb.
It feels like we're at a point culturally where, like, in 10 years they'll try. Like, we're getting closer and closer. You know, the rifts are opening closer and closer in time, so that, like, in a couple of decades, it'll be one every 2 or 3 years.
They've halved in time, so maybe in 7-ish years we get one.
Yeah, I would say 20 by 2032, we'll have forgotten that this was a bomb and just sort of remember that it existed.
Yeah,
and then that's all we'll need.
Yeah, what'll happen is it'll half in time, and then at some point we will have a double event where we get 2 Trons in 1 year.
Oh yeah,
that's what'll happen.
Yeah, remember how they made all the 2-part movies and then everybody hated them? They could do that, you know, make Tron Part 1, Part 2. Maybe this could like sync up with something, a franchise that also sucks. Fast and Furious or some other franchises that merge those two. Jurassic Park, maybe put dinosaurs in these, and then you can maybe turn it into something. I mean, it's a Disney property, right? So like maybe a Kingdom Hearts movie, if they ever make that, can kind of get this off of the ground. People be excited about it.
Sora's like Jared Leto, my favorite Tron guy.
Yeah. Which of the main actors besides Jeff Bridges, like, would anyone give a shit if like Olivia Wilde showed up in one of these, or had they already forgotten that she's in these too? Probably.
I don't think she would want to come back.
Yeah, there's really no stars. Cillian Murphy is maybe the biggest star that's ever been in one of these, like recently. Yeah, he's too good for these now. Making movies like Steve. So that's one thing. So there's that. Right.
So the second is, Nando, could you defeat it? And I guess could you defeat like Ares? Okay, so
let's say Ares and Athena are sent to kill you.
Yeah,
and you have to like resolve that situation.
And you're not a billionaire. I want to be very clear. You're not a billionaire. So
well, I do think like Athena in the bit where she's protecting herself from the missiles, it only worked because the missiles are kind of slow and she's able to send the kites to like make the wall. If it was a gun, you could just shoot her. Like it's not that she can't block those with the kites if they're not already kind of positioned to do that. So I don't know. I feel like I would be able to get away. Also, I feel like they're just not like it's a big stupid floating bracket. But like if you're in a city with like a subway system, or if you get in a car, you could probably escape that mostly. If you go into a big crowded area, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's as hard to get away from as they make it. And with Ares, I don't know. I probably couldn't beat him. He's pretty tall. And probably good at fighting and throwing laser disc. So I think I could beat the big machines, but I don't know if I could beat the individual soldiers. So that's what I guess, I do think I could run up their little trails. That would be fun. Like in Megalopolis. Remember Megalopolis was big Megalon slides what and shit in the city. Yeah.
I sometimes still think about John Voight's boner.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
As you would. Mm-hmm. All right. My last question is it woke?
It can. It has Jared Leto in it. It can't be.
Yeah, nothing. Well, it went broke.
It can't be. It thinks Jared Leto is. It has Jared Leto in it. It thinks AI is cool.
Yes. I think billionaires are cool.
Thinks billionaires.
Or billionaire
are cool.
can be cool.
Yeah.
Female minority billionaire. That's something.
Yeah, it's not nothing, but it's definitely not enough.
I feel like that's canceled out by the Jared Leto.
Yeah. Yeah. There's not enough woke here. There's just like no messaging. Yeah.
It has Gary V in it, so that's not woke.
That's not woke. All right.
It's not
woke. All right. Well, that's Tron Ares.
Yep.
Way to go, Disney.
I guess we did it.
Yeah. We did do it. Maybe someday we'll do the other Trons. I don't think the first one's that exciting, but the second one's kind of fun. I wouldn't mind watching the second one again. But
how's this? If another one comes out, we could do the second one.
Oh, okay.
As a lead up.
Assuming it doesn't come out in Hutchtober again, because
that's true.
Can't have that happen.
The Hutch would have saved this movie if he was Ares instead. That would have been fun.
I would have loved it.
Yeah. He's a bad boy now, so like that would have worked perfectly. Mm-hmm. So now we're done with that. Do you guys want to get to our classic segment?
Let's do it.
Let's recommend some things to find people. DJ, what do you have to recommend?
Quick recommendation for a board game that
thought it was going to be Love Is Blind again.
Can you imagine?
Really hoping.
Michelle actually got me this for our anniversary, which was very nice of her. It's called Beyond the Sun. It is a worker placement, not really a Euro style game. It's a very unique gameplay. So the premise is that humanity has to leave Earth because Earth is like dying or whatever, and that's like you're in kind of like a space race. That's why it's called Beyond the Sun. You're like looking for other habitable planets, and how this is done is various like skill trees or like tech trees. That is literally the board. So you go to certain places to get materials to build upgrades, and those get new upgrades. And what's interesting is I've only played the 2-player with Michelle, but like you kind of carve out your own path on the board. And it's like a literal space race. Like you're trying to do your tech better than the other person trying to do their tech. There's not a lot of interaction, so you're just trying to build like the most efficient engine for you. And like basically that's how the flow of the game works. I haven't played with 4 players. I'd be interesting to see how that goes. But I'm kind of like a fan of like skill trees and building efficient engines and stuff like that. So this game really was like, for me. It also has an expansion called the Leaders expansion. Adds like some mechanics, but the one thing that it adds that I have actually done, and I am almost embarrassed to say this, but I have played the single player mode. So I've played this board game by myself. Yeah.
Nice.
You're trying to get, you're like different milestone points you're trying to hit within a certain amount of time. And it's fun. And I really enjoy it. It's very crunchy.
Well, DJ loves playing with himself.
I love playing with myself because I don't have, maybe, one day, maybe.
I was going to say, are you going to raise your children specifically to play these games against you?
Yeah. We'll learn to love skill, tech tree, crunchy games. I'll be like 8. I'll be like, no, you have to go this way.
Well, or they'll be like, no, Dad, I want to play, the other games. I want to play memory games instead or something. What's another kind of game? I don't know.
Can we just play fucking Yahtzee for one night?
Yeah.
God damn it. Tired of playing Beyond the Sun. But very much enjoy it. Would very much recommend if you're into those kind of crunchy games. Diggins, what about you?
I have a movie to recommend. One that was maybe slightly more successful than Tron Ares, slightly more talked about. Nope, still haven't watched it. And I never will. You can't make me.
Okay.
They're doing another live screening in AMC's
Halloween
now,
week.
So
yep.
That's for people who've seen it before because it's a sing-along.
And have kids.
And you can't rent a theater to just watch it. Like sometimes you can rent theaters. I was thinking about this. If I could get like 10 people to go in on a theater for $400, so $40 a person or whatever, like empty theater, and we just get to watch the movie, that'd be kind of cool. But you cannot choose it as one of the AMC theaters. Bullshit.
Oh, well. But no, I watched a different movie, less musical, less demons, at least literal demons, maybe a lot of figurative demons, because I watched a little movie called One Battle After Another.
Oh, you're one of the 4 people who saw it. That's cool.
Oh, yeah. It needs to make $300 billion to make money, and it's only made $100 billion so far, or whatever. Just that Variety article. Every movie has to be treated like Avengers now, where we all analyze the box office like we're computers. But yeah. So this movie, I do want to see this. I haven't gotten out to it yet.
It's really good. It should have been longer, but oh well. It's the latest Paul Thomas Anderson movie. Once again, adapting a Thomas Pynchon novel, although more loosely than with Inherent Vice.
That's interesting.
So it stars Leonardo DiCaprio as like an old like leftist revolutionary who had to go into hiding because the government was arresting all of them.
Like it is now.
Yeah.
Because he was part of Antifa, but probably more realistically in the movie than, Indivisible or like the groups that are now being associated with Antifa.
Yeah, no, they were actual like violent revolutionaries. But no, so he has gone into hiding with his daughter, and it's been like 16 years or something. And when the guy who like arrested his wife in the past and like was chasing them down, he sort of reemerges because of complications due to his desire to join a secretive organization, shall we say. I don't want to give too much away because frankly, the reveal relatively early on of what he's trying to join is so funny. So I don't want to spoil that. But yeah, it's, in the tradition of both Paul Thomas Anderson and Thomas Pynchon is like sort of like this big sprawling kind of thing. It's very tense in that it has these very long, these prolonged scenes of like danger and suspense. But at the same time, Leo is just kind of like this bumbling idiot and who's just sort of like wandering through the scenes. So it's kind of like if The Big Lebowski was an action thriller. So it's
That's cool.
Like serious and like tense in some ways, but also just kind of funny and ridiculous in other ways. And it has a lot to say very directly and openly about the current state of America. And it's, well,
positive or not good? Mostly?
Well.
I don't know about that.
And obviously the past state of America as well. But no, he is very much making his feelings plain about certain topics, certain things people are saying in certain group chats. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Certain children are saying them. Just babies, really.
Yeah,
that's true. It's their first word. They're rearranging blocks.
And it spelled out Hitler.
I hear Sean Penn has a really bizarre accent in this movie. Where like there's something
Sean
about
Penn,
his performance that's real weird.
Sean Penn is he's the villain. He's like the guy who's hunting them down. And everything about him is so fucking weird. He's just this weirdo, complete maniac. And like intentionally so, like in a way that's like really good and like I think makes the movie work well. Like Sean Penn's I believe an allegationed man, a piece of shit.
He is, yeah.
But it is like a really committed, really bizarre performance that works very well for the movie.
Do you think it's going to win all the awards, or do you think it's too edgy to win all the awards?
I think it might, just because it's getting a lot of critical buzz. So if that sustains itself through award season, I think it's very, very possible that it wins a lot.
What's the best a PTA movie has done?
I don't know offhand.
Right? Like, have they ever gotten?
I mean, he got nominated for his last couple, Licorice Pizza and the Phantom Thread.
Yeah, and like The Master had some love, and that was going.
Yeah, well, that was, the last great Philip Seymour Hoffman performance.
The Hunger Games one where they read his letter was good. Remember that? That was cool.
But yeah, so I really enjoyed it. If it is a movie that sounded interesting to you, I think it is well worth going to see in the theater. Nice. It is kind of like a big splashy kind of movie that I think benefits from being in the theater. What about you, DJ? Sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say I heard the name of the daughter's pretty funky in real life. She's named
Chase Infinity.
Chase Infinity, named after Nicole Kidman's character from Batman Forever and Buzz Lightyear's catchphrase. That's pretty cool.
That's correct.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is if I had kids, how I would go about naming them, and they'd be stupider names than that for sure. But
DJ, do you have anything to recommend?
Probably, but I'll give it to Nando to recommend stuff.
All right, I'll take this one real quick. Two things.
Damn it.
First one, I have a show I watched that I've been really excited about that I don't want to talk about too much because it's funny, and you watch it and the jokes are funny. It's the Chair Company. It's Tim Robinson. It feels a lot like Friendship. It feels a lot like I Think You Should Leave as well in the construction of certain like bits, but it feels more like Friendship in the way that there are consequences to carry on from scene to scene. I've heard people describe it as like kind of Paul Thomas Anderson-esque, specifically like Punch Drunk Love-ish, which I could see. It's got a very strange energy. It's also going in like a direction where like in a year, I'd be very curious like to see where this ends up, because you could do a lot with it. And I think Tim Robbins is very good in it. Tim Robinson, like he's very funny. He's great at doing what he does. And I really like it. And then the other thing I want to watch or want to recommend is a documentary. It's a little bit more serious. It's called Bad Pedophile. It's about Jeffrey Epstein and why, even though it seems like he's actually a pretty cool guy, he did some bad stuff. It's made by The Onion. Don't let that fool you. It's a serious documentary. It talks about his exploits, the trial, his career, and on like basketball, and his rivalries and certain things. It's about 20 minutes long. So it's pretty watchable, and the whole thing's great. And I love when The Onion makes stuff.
Did you watch this, DJ?
I did not.
I think it has some facts about Jeffrey Epstein that you didn't know that will be really interesting and surprising to you.
Okay,
I think so too.
Okay,
it's very funny and but funny in that cosmic sense, like Gumbo, where you're like, oh man, this is what real life is. So yeah, I would recommend that. And that is, like I said, it's an Onion thing, so it's probably on YouTube or whatever. I think that's where I watched it.
It is. That's where.
And Chair Company's on HBO. Next week, what are we doing next week? Another Hutch, probably.
Gotta do a Hutch. Yeah.
I think so. I don't think there's anything big coming out.
Or that weird Mark Wahlberg movie on Prime.
Yeah, I've heard people mention we should do that.
Yeah. So between those two.
While we got a second, not that we have time. But I really quick want to do a random number generator because people have been asking who won the random $5 thing. So I have all the names.
Actually do that.
I have a list from 1 to 36, which is the number of them that I have. I'm just gonna generate a number, go down the list, and then whatever one gets goes. All right, so here we go. Generating the number now. Give me the number 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
I thought you had pre-numbered them, so.
22. Okay, so according to this, someone named that I didn't finish writing it because it was probably longer, but you'll know who you are if it is you. Someone named Darian D. Astor or Astran or something. If you are that person, get in touch with us because you won the $5 drawing thing.
And send us a photo of your license so we know it's you. And
don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do those things.
If you want to confirm that it's your YouTube account or something by sending us, I don't know,
obviously,
like
the
a
only
screenshot
thing
of the donation or something
is your credit card.
That's right. Yeah.
Send us a picture of your credit card.
But yeah, no, let me know. Reach out to us on Discord or Twitter. So
you should have a receipt from YouTube for the thing. So
I'm pretty sure they do make those. Yeah. So there's that. DJ, do you have anything to plug?
Just Roses and Rejections as always. Still covering Love Is Blind. Finale next week. Very excited. Diggins.
Nope. Nando.
Made videos. Nando Cut has video about Comic-Con. It's coming out like today as of recording this. And I'll have other videos out on that and Nando V Movies. And I've been making videos on TikTok, which means I've been reposting shorts on TikTok from YouTube. So follow me on TikTok. It's Matt Nando Kelly over there.
Do you still need people to tell you how to make money from that?
I think I need people to subscribe so I can make money from that because I don't have a lot of TikTok subscribers. So everybody subscribe or don't. It's fine. TikTok's stupid. Until next week, you guys, I've been at Nando V Movies on Twitter.
I'm at Zippy by Day everywhere.
I'm at C Diggins exclusively on Bluesky.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye.